There's a little chaos
Nope,
with these
nope, we're
bad
live.
boys.
Nope, we're live. Nope,
Nope, we're live. Fuck off, shut up.
don't
Are you
stop.
sure we both have them now?
Yeah.
Nope. Doran has one. You can pull as many as you want because you don't have one. But fuck off, we're live. We're not doing that. Hi,
Hey,
everybody.
Blair, I have
Hi.
a gift for you. I think it'd be fun to pull from this.
No, don't let the Chaos Goblin pull from that thing.
I wish to
Horrifying.
pull cards.
Hi, Sam.
Hi, Sam.
Oh,
Hi, Sam.
Sam, I totally forgot to
Andy
DM you
Wamerton.
all the ideas because, you know, clearly I've been distracted by pure fucking chaos.
It was kind of a week. I mean, between a world-changing wish and then a wish that effectively gave us the internet.
Yeah. How about a fun one? Hi, everybody.
internet plus internet addiction.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's exactly what it is.
It is. It's internet with addiction.
It's. I've been off the internet for an hour. Something has happened to the world. I need to know what it is right now.
Yep. Yeah. Hi, everybody. Good to see you. Do a quick round of intros and a little bit of a recap of that fucking insanity. So we'll start with we will first start with I don't think I'm overstepping any bounds when I say this because I'm pretty sure everybody here is an ally. But happy Pride Month, everybody!
Pride Month!
Woo! So I did want to say that and wish happy Pride Month to everybody, and hope you enjoy it and have a safe and awesome time celebrating with all your friends. And we'll start with some intros. We'll start with Josh.
BK Dukran.
BK Dukran.
Howdy. I am Josh. I play Jaeger Hellstrom, the
Nice.
human gunslinger alchemist.
Maddie.
Hello, I'm Maddie. I play Isadora, the half-elf gun tank gunslinger.
Go to Mel. Mel.
Bell.
No,
Your
sorry.
turn.
My headset's been cutting in and out lately.
That's okay. Mel, it's your turn.
I'm Mel. I play Blair, the Spirit Host Witch Warlock.
And we go to Zach.
Oh, hello. I'm Zach. I play Doran, the Dragonborn Barbarian, who created the internet last week with the help of his friends.
Oh, are you a pirate now?
That's a good question.
I forgot you asked me about that, and then I noticed. Oh,
Well, I don't know. Well, you know what?
We'll get to it.
Hang on.
We'll get to it.
My camera is acting up a little bit. Hang on. Give me 1 second to.
Uh-oh. Messed up all the
Uh-oh.
cameras.
She reminded me because he messaged me something.
Yeah.
He broke cameras.
I don't know what's happening. So we're gonna go to Sarah while he's fixing his camera, I guess. I don't know.
Hi. How did I know? How did I
No
know that's
comment.
what you were doing? Yarr.
It seemed to be working just fine now.
Okay, yeah. Doran's a bit of a pirate, I guess.
A Russian
Hi.
pirate? What
So,
is-
Maddie,
what
when are
is
you
that
getting your eye
accent
patch?
I don't even know if this is on right. Doesn't feel right.
Oh my gosh.
I'll go on Amazon right now.
Go
I
order
also
it.
just don't ever feel comfortable. I'll give
True.
you that much.
Yeah.
Sarah.
Hi.
Sorry.
Hi. My name is Sarah. I play Maximile, the lesbian.
Why does it work for Sorcerer's Bard?
Sorceress Bard.
I play on the list.
The
Oh my
tiefling with Sorceress Bard.
Yeah.
Tiefling lesbian.
Yeah.
Lesbian.
You are very. You've been queer coded since the beginning. The
Yeah.
purple and pink.
You're telling me
Tiefling
you
bard.
coded this tiefling?
Queer coded this bard? Huh.
Right. Oh my gosh. Nate, I'm gonna have you intro really quick, and then that reminds me of something.
Hi, I'm Nate. I play Soren, the half elf blade singer rogue.
So, I have to look up the actress really quick, but Tessa Thompson and the girl who played Captain Marvel,
Brie Larson.
Brie Larson.
Brie Larson. Yeah.
They
Yeah.
were at a event together saying something, and Brie is like, she's like, I don't know how to top lesbians, like from lesbians being the thing that she's trying to be over. And Tessa was so quick, she's like, I bet the lesbians could teach you. She was so quick with this. Took Bree just a second and lost it. Oh my god, it's great. I gotta find the meme and post. It was on TikTok. I'd lost it. I watched it like 10 times. Just so good. Hi, Mom. Welcome to the lesbian
Mom.
conversation.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mom.
How to top
Mom.
lesbians. I bet the lesbians could teach you. Yeah, and I've been being the DM. I run this wildness, and yeah, we've had a week. Last week was interesting, I would say, to say the least. So Doran, I mean, we got to Ubrea, which had some really cool lore, and I appreciate everybody letting me take my out of character jaunt into the history of how the Farallon actually made it back to the planet after its destruction and seeded new life of new Farallon people. And Udbrea is the result of that, a massive Hoyasin, that used to be one of the floating rock chunks, crashing back to the planet with some jury-rigged giant engines, and that's the metal that's falling off of the rock and being used in things like necklaces, because they don't know how to use super cool technology, so they're just gonna turn the metal into jewelry. And hey, it does weird stuff to changelings, and changelings, you find out, just can't come to Udbrea because of these massive hunks of metal that are irradiating their capabilities. So that's all nice. And then someone went and like fucked up our cool timeline of like, look at the cool crater city, and said let's all talk about wishing the internet into existence. It's really funny how you all got super quiet about it. You made me have problems, but
Aha, it wasn't me.
Our
It
problems
wasn't
are
me.
future you, not present you.
It was phenomenal stuff last week. We wished something into existence that's now referred to as the Relentless Codex, and it the exact wish, I'm gonna roll back and read it here because it was very specifically posted, and then nobody corrected Sarah or like added anything to it, which is fantastic because Sarah had a great idea on it. So we have the exact copy. If I can scroll up far enough and find it. Here we go. Here we go. My gosh, it's up there somewhere. There was a lot of information last week. Oh my gosh. Here it is. I wish for an uncursed and omniscient tome, loyal, visible, and tangible only to the consenting members of the Midnight Parliament, that answers truthfully and correctly any query that the Midnight Parliament asks. So, we found out some interesting stuff about the tome because we decided to ask the tome questions about the tome. Because what do you do with the internet? You ask how it works.
I had a question for you, Ben, because I thought of something that I think makes sense for Soren to think of as a possibility over the week. Hypothetically,
Okay.
let's say with the power of wish, if you write something down, can you wish and say, I wish for the statement on this piece of paper to be true, and have it work?
I'm going to think on that.
Okay.
Because
I think that would be something that, like, as I'm sitting there in character watching us, like, jot down, like, rough drafts of, like, how to phrase this, like, thinking backwards, like, what if we just say, I wish that sentence was true?
Yeah. Interesting concept.
I just had that. I had that thought over the week, and I was like, I think that makes sense for the character to think of in the moment, given the input and the.
Yeah, it does say by simply speaking aloud, but it does not specify that you have to speak aloud the entire wish, nor does it say you can speak about something to be true. You know, I think that's an interesting concept, but I like too much the mortal fallacy of saying things, and I'm going to say that a wish asked in that context would be denied.
Okay, never mind then.
Just because it's very cool, but I like the idea of like what we do right now, where we lock everybody out from speaking. Doran has to say it exactly as he wants, because Doran could mess it up, which is perfect. May change my mind on it because I mean I just need more time to think on it, but at this moment it sounds like I want Doran to say it. Gut reaction. Don't delete the page. Keep the page.
It's gone.
Gone forever.
Gone forever. Screw you. You ruined my dreams. I'm sorry.
It's not my wish.
That is true. Although Doran did offer them up to you guys. So, you guys wish this book into existence, the Relentless Codex, this horrifying piece of tome, a piece of... It's hard to say what it is piece of because you just created it out of nothing. It did not exist beforehand.
It was like a weirdly durable paper or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let me go back to my notes and get my description. It was a ancient, imposing tome bound in dark weathered leather and seems to pulse faintly as if it was alive. The cover is adorned with intricate arcane symbols that glow dimly in the presence of a member of Midnight Parliament. Pages are made from a mysterious, resilient parchment that never tears or ages, covered in a flowing script that shifts and rearranges itself to form the answers to any query posed. And the book is surprisingly heavy, as if burdened by the weight of its infinite knowledge, and it emits a subtle, ominous hum that can only be heard by its rightful owners. With some questions posited to the book, Doran found themselves driven to seek out answers from the king. Maximiel asked it a question, and kind of at the same time, you all feel this pulse of energy at the formation of this thing, and you have a few minutes to ask it some questions. Doran begins to go towards the king, and Isadora is just like, I can hold him with a hand, like not even gripping hard, and Doran's just like, let me go, and trying to push ahead. And then there's a secondary pulse. Being people of great power, there is a faint rippling of energy through the air, and you watch as the crowd around you, the people working in the streets, people looking at you because you're trying to hold Doran back, just people moving about the city, they continue as if nothing happened, but you all feel that something is different momentarily. And I'll ask Doran to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh. I was not prepared for this sort of anarchy.
Forget you have a
Wisdom
D4.
Saving throw.
He does?
Yeah, he has a permanent D4 from the charm I gave him.
Oh, yeah, that's true. All right, let me add another
right.
D4 to that then. Cool, so 18 plus 4, 22.
Okay.
Very nice.
Doran. Find a document really quickly. You recall briefly as you kind of you go like you're pushing against Isadora, and then your hat falls off your head, and you scoop down and pick it up and blink at it for a moment, and you remember Mashad briefly, as if waking from a dream. A merchant named Mashad who helped you get away from something, but then the dream starts to fade, and you can sense that something has shifted and power in the world has changed, and you clearly remember for a few seconds. You can hold on to that name Mashad, which that can't really be right, because there was the North Catala Mercantile Company and the privateers in the region helped Doran escape. You boarded a ship underneath the command of Lieutenant Kassak, and Lieutenant Kassak helped you ferry across to open water, and you escaped from there. But Lieutenant Kassak helped hide your head with this hat and gave it to you as a parting gift, and you always kept it with you. This old, it used to probably be a tricorn at one point, but the edges are so frayed and has been pulled down by rain and seawater so much that it just kind of folds out like a loose fitting cap, and it's nice because it hides the eyes. But it wasn't somebody named Mashad. It was definitely Lieutenant Kasich.
But anyway, that was weird. Okay, what are we doing? King? We have to go to the king.
You tell us.
Well, that's what the book said, that the king has the answers. What then?
Is now the time? I mean, I don't think he's taking visitors right now. It's middle of the night.
I mean,
It's late evening. Yeah.
I mean, there is no time like the present. What's he gonna do? Say, oh no, I was eating dinner. Okay,
Well, sort of.
let's eat
yes.
dinner together.
He could say no. Do we even have? What are we even going to say to him once we arrive at the gates? I mean, just hello, we're the Midnight Parliament. We're from the other side of the planet. We're here to talk to the king.
Yes.
yeah.
Oh,
I mean, that is kind of how we go about doing this. I mean, sure, there's better ways to do it, but we have permission from Lady Sarah to go say hi, so...
that's true, I suppose.
Yeah, probably lead with the fact that she can push for us.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Occam's razor. It's just the simplest path forward is usually the right way to go.
Who's Occam?
He's a very
Who's
famous
Occam?
wizard, yes. You have not heard of him. That's surprising. I thought you were well learned, Maximil.
Sorcerer.
I don't know shit. I just do it. I'm not a nerd. Okay? Watch yourself.
Oh, God.
She flips her hair majestically. Anyways, I'm holding the book and I want to ask it another question because it's making me want to ask another question.
Okay. You posit the book a question.
Ahem. Hi there, tome friend. I was wondering what weaknesses Imana and the Lord of Rot have. Like, what's a way that they can be weakened?
Clarifying,
Or-
is the Herald of Rot, correct?
Yes, Herald of Rot.
Perfect.
Imana and the Herald of Rot.
Because that's her boss, right? The Herald of Rot?
Sure. It's what you understand is that she's going to bring forth the Herald of Rot, is what has been
Yeah.
explained to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's his name said that she is not the Herald of Rot. She is trying to bring it into
Yeah.
Cyorion.
That she
So-
will bring it into Cyorion. Not
Yeah.
trying to, because there's a very specific delineation that you pick up on very quickly here. Imana is a minor god playing at powers she does not understand. She attempts to find a way to decouple Cyorion from its prison so that she can shape the world in the image she deems fit. But she is incapable. And then onto the Herald of Rot, it says, the Herald of Rot does not exist.
Huh.
So maybe she will become the Herald of Rot?
Follow-up question, because then it says 4.
No, it's not.
Okay, perfect.
That's spoken to the folks.
That is to
Not to the book.
clarify as well. I think we talked about this last week, but I want to bring it back up on stream. When we talk about omniscience, my view of omniscience is in this plane of existence, in this timeline. As the book has access to information, it cannot be omniscient across all multiverses or timelines, and Ben has said once and twice publicly that I have definitely MCU'd myself in this universe.
That doesn't really seem like it's weaknesses, though.
That isn't any
yeah,
weakness.
sorry. Her weakness is that she is posing herself as to be far more powerful than she is.
Okay.
Okay.
She is trying to find the information to make herself a threat, her greatest threat right now is the fact that she can create an army of the undead. There's inflection in this as well as that, you know, you can, you were reading the text and you're understanding it, and really this kind of seems like the type of problem you can cut the head off a snake and you'd be good.
Okay.
And you said we all hear this when someone asks a question?
No, the words form on the page, so Maxwell
read it
needs to read
aloud.
it aloud. Perfect.
I read it aloud. Imana is a minor god playing at powers she does not understand. She wants to decouple Cyorion from its prison, but is incapable of doing so. She poses as more powerful than she is. Okay. I flipped the page. All right. I have another question for you, good book. What dragon's blood resides within me? Who does it belong to?
I asked this earlier and I didn't go get my notes.
I told
I know
you,
you
so
did.
you wouldn't have to do
And
this.
I was looking at this.
I was trying to be nice.
You were, and I was like looking at the Amana thing, and I didn't.
Okay, that's fair. I gave you a couple of things.
I am but one man with a wiki.
You are our Wikipedia, comrade.
I think I've said this name to you before. You have blue scales, correct?
Yeah.
The stolen blood of Huvialthalis resides in your veins.
That's good.
Spelling, please.
Spell that, please.
Spell
Yeah.
that, s'il vous plaît.
Yeah, Huvialthalis. That's right. Okay. Who
I
wants
don't
to
remember
get
hearing
wants to
this
get
name.
advantage for
I'm gonna spell it out as hors d'oeuvres.
Say it for me one more time.
Okay.
Huvialthalis.
HUV
Mr. Chronicles.
AHTH. Fuck.
Okay.
HOU.
HU
Uh-huh.
V
Uh-huh.
IA. Okay. Is it
I'm fucked up
YA?
at H.
Yeah, no, it's super fucked up. So I'm gonna go ahead and post it, but it's HUVEI''VHTHYLIS.
Get the fuck
Fuck you.
Face that. I'm not. No.
It's pasted in the private chat.
Hoovy. Oh, bullshit.
Jesus Christ.
Dragon names.
Don't.
No, this isn't dragon names. This is Ben names.
Yeah.
I've known
This is
many
Wait.
dragons' names that are just Frank, okay?
Jeez Louise, man.
He goes by Frank. It's his street name.
It's straight name.
Street name.
Street name.
Or straight name. It's probably not.
Well, you know, some people have their chosen names, and then
Yeah.
some people have the names that they go around at like family gatherings.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Post your straight names in chat.
disappointment.
Oh.
Oh. Ow. Ow.
Oh no.
Um,
Oh god.
But I should
Your
have
mother is
two-
watching.
it's so
Language, young lady.
and
Mom just comes into the room. Excuse me.
she comes into the room bearing a slipper and throws it at my head. I'm just
You are
kidding.
not a
Mom's never done that.
Oh my gosh.
Shouldn't
So you
Max,
say you
What-
ask it specifically.
what dragon's blood? Like what?
So it says Huvialthalis,
Uh-huh.
Lord of the upper house of blue dragons. And it did say the stolen blood of Huvialthalis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm.
But
And it
don't I
says
also
three.
have?
I was gonna say, don't you have the same blood as
I do have
Doran.
the same blood as
Doran.
Doran, but I should also have there should be 2 dragons there.
Mm,
Because I also have my unstolen blood that runs in my veins.
There was the other one. Sorry, that's the other one I'm looking up.
What's a Valatar?
Yeah, Valatar. Thanks,
Yeah,
yeah, thank you.
Valatar.
Yep. You also, honestly, I should just keep Doran's background up because this has got so much shit in here.
There's the dragon I was born with and the dragon blood that got experimentally put into me.
So
because I was
Huvialthus is definitely your. Never
Okay.
mind. I think that makes it interesting. I misspoke a little bit, but I think that makes it more interesting. For some reason, your draconic ancestry includes the stolen blood of a dragon. And then you have the intentionally injected blood of a dragon to awaken the blood of Huvialthus, which was... we said Valatarthex before, correct?
Yeah.
we never
from my
we never
experiment.
found out which dragon it was.
Good,
Yeah,
because
just
it
that
was
they
not
had a
Valatarthex.
Okay.
Didn't Doran know? Don't
No.
you know?
No, Doran served Valatarthex in his manor.
Yeah,
How
but
did
we
we
don't.
Right.
cross that dot then? Because they both shared the same blood when I did the experiment.
All
on
you
We
them.
found out
found-
was that they shared blood. That's
It's
it.
the same.
Yeah, we didn't get a name though, just that.
but
they
we
had
didn't get a
shared.
name. We don't get what color the dragon is.
I thought we had a conversation about
Nope.
Valatarthex.
Was
You
it
did
Valatar?
a lot of-
Was it
Hold on.
Yaxfilthess?
There was a lot of stuff about Valatarthex, but the blood is of Yaxfilthess.
I don't remember who
Oh.
Yaxfilthus is.
You
That's
guys
dragons.
The
should
green
know.
one, right?
Yaxfilthess is brother of Kirmi, leader of the Fangs.
Yeah.
Yaxfilthess
right.
was the
The
court
scientist.
wizard for
Yeah, he
Valatarthex.
was
Yeah.
the wizard one.
This.
Wait, so is it that one?
Yaxi.
Or we still don't know.
No, it's
Yaxi.
It's Yaxfilthess.
Let's see.
Yaxfilthess's blood is no. Second. Yeah. Kirmi's venom's used for other stuff, but it's the blood of Yaxfilthess trying to convert you guys to for them
Okay.
to make you agents of the Fangs of Kirmi.
Yeah.
And okay, that's cool.
So you
So
have,
we have-
your historic bloodline is the blood of Huvialthus.
Which got stolen.
Vialthalis,
Huvialthus,
then
Huvialthalis.
which is Lord of the Blue
Lord-
Dragonflight.
Very cool.
Or of the Blue Dragons. Dragonflight is Warcraft. Sorry. Getting,
Yeah.
getting my
Lord of-
universes.
Lord
getting
of
my
the
universes
Upper House
crossed.
of Blue Dragons.
That's correct. He is
Dragon Lord.
that is part of the Draconic Council. There's the ruling council, which is red, gold, copper, and then the honored advisors to them are House of the Primals and the Dragons of the Cycle, which the Primals are some of the. We ran into a Primal in Holderima, and then the Dragon of the Cycle are ethereal dragons that help guard the cycle of life and death. They're technically imperial dragons from Pathfinder. And then the upper houses, there's the upper houses, the lower houses, and the Eternal Dignitaries. But in the upper houses is green, blue, brass, cloud, and crystal.
Jesus. Okay.
For those interested, it was episode 37 that I did the experiment.
Woo.
We're 91 today.
Mhm.
Oh. Okay.
All right. So then you get you find yourself compelled to learn more about, dragons and like, why is your blood stolen from Huvialthus and why did Valatarthex experiment on you? But that next question definitely is like, hey, what is that can help you figure out those things.
What are the weaknesses of the evil dragon lords of Udalind? And I wink at Doran.
Are we just in the street doing this?
Yeah.
Basically,
Yeah.
standing in the street, she's standing there with this book that nobody else can see, and she's like talking to her hands, and people are looking at her really weird, and she's like saying stuff, and they're like, "What the fuck is
Can
with
I
these
kind
people?"
of just like, sort of bodyguard, like sort of stand in front of her and just sort of like give people the like move along sort of
She's
like,
practicing for a ventriloquist act. There's nothing to see here.
People would rather not engage with weird foreigners. You're not changelings, but you're weird.
What? We're so normal, says the ghost floating around the group.
The weaknesses of the Draconic Council, the evil. Sorry, you said specifically.
I
evil.
specifically say evil.
The evil dragon lords of Udaland.
Yep.
Their weaknesses are pride, their lust for power. It's hard to say what a fucking dragon's weakness is because each of them have other ones, but basically,
Well, like
Happened
there
over and over
is there
and
like a
over.
really cool artifact that exists that's like a
Dragons,
Yeah,
swords.
Hazaron.
Hazaron helps.
Hazaron.
Okay, I'll write down Hazaron.
Hazaron is helpful. Their greatest weakness is that the houses of dragons are shattered. And actually, the greatest threat to the evil dragon lords are the Udaland dissidents that they war against, led by Huvialthus.
Yo-ho! Yo-ho!
Oh, look at that. You got one good one.
That's my granddaddy.
But yeah, it goes on to describe that really it's the lust for power, the desire for control, the pride that they place in themselves, and really they're being big old stupid windbags about themselves, and there is a active dragon uprising that they are having difficulty dealing with that's led by the blue dragons.
Huh.
Always did know blue was my favorite color.
That is awesome. I'm happy that I'm related to one of the good ones.
You get the information you need, and you find yourself thinking that maybe Imana's not as big of a problem, and we should really go see what we can do to help out in Noodland.
I close the book. And I say, it's
It did say
probably...
two. Sorry, 2.
Yes. It is probably better to find things out myself. I don't need to know things. Knowing this was nice, but this is too much. This is too much, and I need to find things out for myself and do things myself by my own volition. And I'm worried that if I even feel a little inkling of a desire to do something, that it's because of you, and I really want to do things myself. So thank you, Master Book, for all of your help. I'm not going to use you. And I hand the book back to Doran.
You hand it back in the air, and in the motion of breaking consent and releasing the book, all of you can summon it at will. It just kind of fades into the ether, and you all see what Max sees is this book just vanishing as her gem shatters off the spine.
Wow. All right.
I don't like people telling me what to do.
Just walk over to Max, put a hand on her shoulder. That was very adult of you. I'm not going to say I'm proud of you because, I'm not your dad, but well done.
Thank you. You can still be proud even if you're not my dad.
No, I know. It just always seems like such a fatherly thing. And
I'm proud of you, Max.
Thanks, Dad.
That was probably one of the strongest feats of willpower I have ever seen.
Yeah, well, thank you. I try. Okay. To the king?
I suppose.
To the king.
Worst case, he says no, we come back, take a nap, and try again tomorrow.
Okay.
Or I just walk through his walls until I go say hi.
Don't do that.
I like the gif you posted.
Oh no, I need to tab back over and look. Oh, yeah.
wasn't aware that was something,
Something
a person
could do. I watched
I'm
Hamilton again
perplexed.
recently, and it's stuck in my head. When you said dissidence, I tried to find the Thomas Jefferson dissidence line, and I was like, I can't find it in this concoct this search. It's not going to work.
All right, so y'all start heading up into the main piece of the city, which is, like I said, the city sprawls out of this massive chunk of rock that had crashed in and made this large impact crater, but the majority of it is built into the rock. Okay. And you guys start wandering blindly or asking for help, trying to find out how to get there. So, like,
for help.
Yeah, I think ask for directions if we feel like we're getting lost or we're not getting there.
It's harder to navigate the internals of the city. Like I said, the purple enchanted light that exists that kind of reflects how the Dark Star of Eterna looks. They make it a little confusing for people who aren't used to being here. The streets switch back and forth inside of the massive rock. They're carved out, and homes are carved out of stone. There appear to be some druids here because there is both carving and stone shape in evidence happening here. But there's not a grand skyline within the rock face here for you to look at. You do see as you approach the rock itself that there are a couple spires near the top of it, a couple miles up. This is a huge chunk of rock, a couple miles tall, 5 or 6 miles in diameter. The other city access point is really about 1.5 miles away up the rock a little further, and that's where the rest of the city kind of spills out. But here you can see a couple miles up the side of the rock face, there are some spires sticking out of the top of this meteor. And below that are some windows that look a little bit nicer, that seem to be stained glass, or they reflect some different light patterns. Most of the lights here and the windows are pretty normal. They're just crossbars with glass panes in them. Up top further, you can see clearly wrought iron decorations. There's statues and not necessarily gargoyles, but different things hanging off the sides of the tower that are imposing to the landscape, that denote that somebody with time and money probably lives up there. So the difficulty is not navigating the winding streets and the switchbacks, but figuring out which ones will actually take you farther up. Because there's no skyline inside of the rock area here. You have to figure out how to maneuver up through the city. Asking around, most of the time the initial reaction is foreigners. But they send you to the outskirts of the city. And you find not the outskirts of the lower part of the city, but the internal rock. As you're moving through the streets that are carved out there that are tall enough for buildings, you can see that they've hollowed out pieces of it, so there's a little bit of verticality to it, where there's 3 or 4 stories of homes in these very tall, almost townhouse kind of configurations inside these streets. But the majority of the city spills out into those winding streets as they move off on a level, and they stay fairly flat. If you want to head up, you go to the outside, and you find yourself on a 3-wagon wide road, so large enough for a couple different groups to move up and down. And there's caravans. There's covered caravans being pulled by large, docile-looking creatures with They appear to have some sort of blinders on, but they move quite slow and have ridges along the tops of their skulls, almost looking like cattle that seem sluggish and slow, like sloth-like. Some long fur hanging off them as they move up and pull wagons up the sides. There are people pulling riders in carts moving up, and you all find yourself kind of shoved to the middle section of this road where the foot traffic is. And you find your walking path is moving up the sides of the rock, and the streets at the curve where you switch back and go up again, at that curve is where the different layers of the city get cut into the rock.
Okay.
So you end up traveling up somewhere to the tune of
miles.
I'm trying to think of the proper sizing. As you find after half an hour of walking, it's getting exhausting.
Yeah.
I went to San Francisco recently, so this in my brain, this is the 45-degree San Francisco hills. The people who are moving up. Yeah, you're talking about 2 miles tall is about the total size of this thing.
Christ.
And the keep is supposed to be up on the uppermost level. The people that are moving the carts kind of stop you for the first like 30 minutes as you're moving past and keep asking if you want to ride up. And Doran seems pretty, he's got the information, just go up. And he's like, I could walk, that's easy, I know how to walk. And you start realizing about 30 minutes into this hike that you might want to take a cart up.
I would say if people are offering us a cart ride, I'm for sure taking it.
Yeah.
So you get into the cart and you
hitchhiking.
Yep.
Yeah.
The price is fairly inexpensive. They run the switchbacks and they basically ask you which level you're going up to. There's different city levels. They all have names. My week has been rough and I haven't named them all exactly yet, but there's different
King's
names
level.
of the city level, but yes,
I guess you're the king, peasant boy.
the king's level at the top, the royal level. That for a trip of that is they charge a little bit more, so it's a silver per person rather than normal copper to go between like 2 or 3 different levels. But it costs you a silver to head up per person.
I give a gold.
Oh, never mind then.
Okay, you hand a gold, so that's 4 silver extra. He goes to hand you change. There's 2 of them working together to get you can sit 3 to one of these carts. Interestingly, as Doran and Isadora climb in side by side, there's not a comment on the weight.
Would we expect there to be?
They're going up 45-degree inclines, pulling a cart, and it's a person.
What is
a
pulling?
person. A person is pulling them.
Oh.
Are they strong looking?
Not really. They're fairly nimble. They had a
Enchanted carts.
I was
Cool.
gonna say, would I think that's like the effects of some sort of spell?
as you look at the wheels on the cart, you see
They're
the
square.
axle. They're not square. They are round. You see the axle, and you expect it, for a normal wagon, it's a solid axle that connects to it. But there is a almost like bioluminescent kind of paste, like a moss, something that's like glowing in there. There's some enchantment on the axle that has the weight of it completely off. And this guy's got defined thighs and calves. He looks like a runner, but he's really just pulling the weight of the wheels up the hill.
Interesting.
And so they are levitating attached to the wheels. So they're weightless, moving up and down. You guys load in comfortably, 3-person to each of them, get your money paid, and they take off, sprinting up the hill. Blair, it's very apparent they have like boots of speed that they're wearing, that they're employed by the city, and someone's enchanted these people to, or like provided them with the city provides the services, and just like some guy, he's working for the city, and he's got these boots and he's hauling butt. They have a special
boots.
green lane, they got the green lane, the bike lane that's allowed to move outside, and they're just hauling up. They're running past carts, and you guys start to make incredibly good time up the hill. And the wind is rushing past as it starts to get thinner, and you look out and you can see that the cusp of that crater 5 miles away hangs down below you at this point by a great distance as you start to get up to the king's level.
I'm just gonna say, who is sitting in the cart with Isadora and Doran?
I will.
Okay. She looks at Max and is like, I have a lot of questions to ask, and I really don't even know how I would start. Why is a man that size pulling at this speed the heft of the 3 of us?
He ate a lot of carrots.
So easily. Carrots?
Yeah. Like, I imagine that he
Max-
probably ate a lot of his vegetables growing up. Did you eat
Max-
your vegetable? Yeah.
Max, I may seem like a fool sometimes, but I know this has something to do with magic. Okay?
Well, it's either the carrots or the fact that the cart is levitating and he's really just pulling the weight of the wheels. But like,
That's what's happening? She like leans over like the edge and is like, yeah, there's something glowing down there.
I mean, it's either that or the carrots.
What would the carrots do?
I didn't eat my carrots and I'm not very strong. Doran, did you
I
eat
didn't
carrots?
I was served mostly a thin but fairly nutritious gruel. Carrots were kind of a luxury.
See, and
Yeah.
you can hold him back with an arm.
That's circumstantial.
I don't think that the logic tracks on that one, Maximil.
Well,
If I have questions, I know that I should be going to Soren.
I answered you truthfully, didn't I? I told
Was
you.
it truthfully? Was that the truth?
I told you the cart's levitating and they ate their carrots.
She's gonna like tap the guy pulling the cart on the shoulder. Did you eat a lot of carrots when you were young, growing up? Like
He's running around in front. What? What's a carrot?
She's just gonna
What is carrot?
just make that face at Max.
Sir, no.
Oh no. I can't see the emoji. It's just a circle.
Oh no.
It's the Gus love emoji.
No, but it doesn't need that attached to it.
Why does it have that? Why does it say that?
I hate Discord.
They hate
Blame yourself.
This is a professional D&D stream. We do so well.
No, it isn't.
They're so
Semi-professional.
confused.
Not
They don't
even
know what
close.
we're talking about.
No, friends. You don't want to know. We're just gonna. That just broke everybody for a moment.
Yep.
Can you guys not see the Gus emoji?
No.
No, it's just a
It's
blank
just the
circle.
title.
It just says wet ass Gussie.
And it's the same for whatever Nate has. This is going well, but it's
Yep.
blank. There's no.
so thanks Mel for dropping 5 subs. Much love. We're gonna get back on track here a little bit because that just hurts my soul. Wet ass Gussie.
Gussie, because it's Gus.
Stop.
No, it's
saying
not.
No,
it.
it doesn't help.
I mean, you're talking about Gus.
I'm
And
going
that's
to
the
get a
Gus-
Sharpie and change this to say DM tears. Yeah, that's what's
Yep,
happening.
yep.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
that's fair.
What
So,
about now?
anyways.
Can you see Gus now?
No.
Although you are feeling Gussie, that's pretty good.
That is
Josh.
I swiped
Josh,
it.
damn it!
Yeah.
Josh swiped it. It worked.
I can see it.
I can. Okay.
Thank you.
Horrifying.
Here.
Okay.
Thank you.
I wanna go
Yeah,
home.
he doesn't know about carrots. The man does not know about carrots.
Well, then I was wrong. I apologize. Next time I'll not suggest the carrots. The changelings
As far as I
must
know,
have told me
carrots are for
many
carriages.
lies. The changelings, the people who told me many lies in my childhood told me that eating carrots would make me strong, and that must have
I think
been.
that's just something that you
another
tell
one.
children to get them to eat their vegetables.
So all parents lie?
Usually.
Pretty universally, yeah.
Okay. Then I'm not going to be
My
as
father was
concerned.
murdered. My mother just told me he was busy, and then I found out later.
Jesus.
We're
That's
getting
rough.
raided.
Yep, we are. We're gonna
I'm
pause.
not here for this.
Yeah, you're not there for that conversation. We're gonna pause and say thanks really quick to Solution with the rate of 16 viewers. Welcome in, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome.
Oh my god, have we ever been rated before?
We have not been. Oh, we've been rated once. Yeah, we've been rated
Have we?
before.
Okay.
By another
Is this
D&D
our first?
Yep, we've rated
That's
some
a
D&D
raid.
streams. This is our first raid, so thanks for coming in, everybody. Welcome in.
Oh, cool. They do D&D too.
Yeah, very nice. Might go give them a follow back really quick. Yeah, dude, thankfully you all came in after the horribleness. So we're trying to get back on track because things were.
You
things
say
were,
horribleness, we say peak comedy.
We're trying to get it back on track.
Reasons to drink. So, so you're making your way up the side of this massive meteor city. It takes you went 30 minutes and probably made it up 3 levels or so, just up the switchbacks because they're so steep, and it's not just like a single story. We're talking like 4 or 5 stories carved out of this meteor into the city, and within 45 or 30 minutes or so, he clears the rest of the 2 miles just running up the side of this thing. And he's going pretty quick.
Guy's a beast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Enchanted boots and enchanted carts will do that for you. Eventually gets you guys. What do you want to steal his boots?
Out of character, yes.
You want to steal him, but he gets you guys to the top. Looks back to the group, y'all. He and his buddy, and there's a group of 3 of you talking about parents and just having a healing moment as you're all talking about how parents lie to you. And then we don't know what Blair and Jaeger and Soren are talking about, but as you all hop out, it seems like it was not as intense as the other carts. And do you know how hard it is for me not to call these things a palanquin? Sorry.
I wrote it down in my notes as palanquin. I was like,
it's basically a palanquin.
Basically.
So you're just standing in front of the interior side of what you were looking at before, the few towers that stretched out the top of the meteor. On this level, you can see places where they've carved out the top of it, and there's purple light pouring into the inside of the rock formation where trees are growing. There's plants. It seems like a much more regal atmosphere. You're kind of dropped in the courtyard region near the king's level, and you can see, looking out to the rest of it, there's some homes that stretch up over the rocks, others that are just built into the sides of this, but there's a lot more space up here for light, and this is definitely where the richest folks do live. It's up near the top of the city. Seems like the area here is just crisp and clean. You have a beautiful view of the mountains next to you, looking up over the meteor, and there's a lot. The dress up here is just, the air feels different. You can see young nobility moving about this level, heading to various parties or restaurants with people that they're courting or friends of theirs, and they all look at you in your adventuring gear and are kind of just like, ugh. But it's late, and the evening's young for them. They're all getting started partying, and you all are heading up to a castle behind you, carved into the side of the rock, a massive, somewhere in the range, just ballparking 12 to 14,000 square foot like castle that extends over the top of the rocks with some towers. There's a large ornate stairway heading up to the gates. So there's a couple guards posted near the bottom, but they seem to be more ornamental. As you pass them with ease and head up to the main doorway, there's a walkway that leads in, and a big terrace out in the front, like a receiving garden at the big entrance to this castle. And as you head up, there's where you run into your first people that will actually stop you. Yeah, what you got?
Could I get a vibe check on the people that are kind of giving us the like ugh thing? Is it because we are very clearly not Farrellin, or is it because like we're adventuring types and they have some sort of unknown beef with adventuring types? More
so the adventuring types. The thing you've got from the city, like the big vibe you've gotten from here, is like this is kind of a safe haven for them, and really, it's safe from the Ebonhand threat, the changelings, and the people here kind of hold themselves apart from the rest of the Farrellin, whereas Valicor's Haven was very mixed bag. You had a lot of people like working docks and just trying to make a living, eking it out in the city. This is like the holy city of the Farrellin, of the Dark Elves. They're holding themselves in a position above everybody else here. So whether it's deserved or not, there seems to be a bit of a leaking into society of that they think they're just better. And whether they dislike you or not. They just think that their area is their space, and like it's free and open to the people, but people just don't come up here because like as you look around and like get the vibe check, looking at kind of everybody, there's not a ton of other people up here besides workers and then the royal families that work up here, and the court, which, you know, kingdom this size and the amount of people in here is probably, you know, 200 or 300 families of varying positions within the court. Because we did say that this, I think I wrote it down here on a pad of paper. I committed to a number last week. I said, yep, it's a big city. 350 to 400,000 people. Yeah. So you're talking about 300 or 400 families, which is a royal court of like 1,500 people or so. So all of those people are on this level and they all have their court games, and really other people just don't come up here because everything's too expensive. Why haul your ass all the way up the city? You know, the religious center is down below in a separate, like, next door sister city, like less than a mile away up the meteor. It's just not a place outsiders come to. So when adventurers come up here, it's usually a problem or some world-ending event that they want to address. Maximiel, go ahead.
One of the like younger groups of people who like kind of snub their nose at us, can Max do the same thing? Like look at one of their outfits concernedly and be like, and then look away and sort of like, and then see what their reaction is to that.
You want to fucking mean girls them?
Yeah. Can I make an intimidation check?
Mean girls the
can.
shit out of them.
Can I aid her with that intimidation check?
Yeah, you can make an intimidation check at advantage. They are trying to make
them?
They are trying to make fetch happen, and Maximiel says no.
You can't make fetch happen. How's a 34?
Good lord. Wow.
It's a 19 plus 15.
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
So 34 intimidation. First of all, it's a group of like 6, you know, and they are Faerlin, so they are dark elves. You've seen some older, more weathered ones. It's clear that there's a wide range of ages that exist in Eterna of these people, and these particular ones seem fairly young. Like they're still courting, so they're probably a few hundred years old at most. Yeah. So they're still courting people. Infants. They're making up the trends. They're trying to be cool, and it's basically like middle schoolers versus college grads. Like you all rolled in not giving a fuck what you look like because you got shit to do, and they all stepped up, and you just went, no, this is the wrong day.
Sit down, bitch.
One of the girls drops her bag, and is like horrified. Drops her bag. One of the boys like checks his shirt like 4 or 5 times. Is like, is something wrong? And the other one is barely watching what he's doing and stumbles into a fountain. So 3 of the 6 people in this group completely socially just scar themselves for the evening. The other 3 aren't sure whether to laugh at them or be horrified at what the judgment that's being cast from you all. But the 6 of them scurry away quickly and find someplace else to be that is not near where people are coming into this part of the city.
Good. Be nice to people. 2 can play that game. Bitch. Anyways.
Isadora's just like, yeah. Like, just like right next to like Max, just backing her up.
Get him.
It's Wednesday. They weren't wearing pink.
I'm surprised that the I'm gonna give Blair advantage for the very reserved nature of Blair not completely fucking with people with her ghostly wiles as these people got mean girled from across the courtyard.
Oh, I was planning to, but okay.
I'm just surprised you didn't jump in, because you usually jump in early and they're just like, I'm gonna absolutely scar them for life.
Problem.
So
because I wanted to see how much of a problem they were going like to be initially, let them get bullied and then bully on that.
Well, you can just have advantage
I'll be good.
for being good for once and not being the problem. So you watch as Isadora, Maximiel, and Blair just mean girl the shit out of these people. Doran probably doesn't care. Right at the steps, Doran?
Yep, Doran's marching forward.
Soren and Jaeger, what are you guys up to?
I've just been kind of taking in the sights and sounds and just chilling on the ride and thinking about what to do about this fucking book. Just quietly, internally, just.
Yeah, Jaeger's been thinking about destroying that patio a little too hard. Just emotionally recovering from the breakdown.
As you're taking in the scenes, something tickles your fancy a little bit, Soren. It is a market square, and there's some patio restaurants and some other things, and it seems it's very much. I've never been, but thinking back on movies and pictures and the idyllic imagery of it, very much like these Paris street cafes and like the books, the little shops and the winding streets up here, and near a cafe where there's some people outside talking and enjoying the light as the evening is coming in and they're enjoying the stars. There's a little shop called Enshrined in Spines, and you can see this little bookstore. That's like right near.
Spines
and books, not bones.
Store. Let me go. Let me go.
Calm down, Blair.
Freshen your spine for you.
It's a chiropractor's office.
Enshrined in Spines, a bookstore that's near a little coffee shop, and it just kind of it tickles a little bit because it's like you get a Busat vibe just for a little bit, like that little bookstore on the corner of that cluster of buildings.
Reminds me of home.
So it's over there.
Stop there when we're not busy.
Absolutely.
I guess.
Jaeger, you were following after Doran. Is that correct?
No, I did not say that.
I'm sorry. I was asking
following?
you. I was asking you because Doran went up the stairs. Soren kind of glanced for a minute at the bookstore. The girls are mean girling. And I don't ever want to cluster you as the girls, but the three of you all jumped on we're going to stand here and mean girl the fuck out of these people. Like I unlocked some middle school, like some middle school anger in there, I feel like. And then I'm asking Jaeger, was he going up the stairs behind Doran?
I'll follow.
I mean, I don't think we were that far behind. It only takes a couple seconds to scar children.
Sure.
How true.
From your wealth of experience.
Where's the
It
quote?
takes a couple seconds.
Into the quotes.
Children.
Look, we were once those, okay? It takes a minute to get back at your, middle school folks who are like, really?
Yeah.
Even though they're the
my
ones
God.
pimple covered.
Oh, that's
It's
so brave
fine.
of you to wear that.
Exactly.
Oh my
I love how you'll just wear anything. It's so
stop
brave.
it. Stop it, Nate. The PTSD.
I got it too. That's why I'm drawing from memory here. Anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man. I think you're drawing from everybody's memory right now.
Oh, you're
Keeping pace with Doran's mental note of like.
Oh, you're so cute
Funny.
for that.
Yes. Oh my God.
That's so cute.
It's so brave of you to try that.
Deep.
It's so brave of you to wear that.
Yeah.
Teenage me is gonna
How you
start
like
swinging
that
again.
so much.
Or the timeless classic. Why are you so quiet all the time?
Oh man.
God, I'm getting the ick so bad. Ugh.
Yeah, this is.
I don't know why you.
We all just got hit hard when he said that.
Hey,
We
Ben,
have to stop right
can I
now.
cast Fireball at those bitches?
Which ones? The three that are
So
mean
it
girl and the fuck
becomes
out of the other
possessed?
ones, or the six that got
No.
mean girled?
The 6 that got reverse mean girled.
I just wanted to make sure it was clear. No.
Can I fireball my own team?
I was gonna say, didn't know who you were feeling the
Friendly
angst against.
Friendly fire.
So you all head up the stairs, Doran leading the way, Jaeger kind of right behind them, Soren, and then obviously Max, Isadora, and Blair all. We're talking like just
We walk in-
scattering up the steps.
We
a little
walk
bit.
in step, but Max accidentally falls into a trash can.
Isadora just
I was like, wait, what? Why? And then I remembered it's from the movie.
like a kitten, like an actual kitten, just plucks her up out, puts her right back on her feet.
Chaos.
Just floating up the stairs because who needs legs?
Who needs legs?
Off of her
Doran,
shoulder.
you find yourself stopped for the first time at the gates. There's a pair of wrought iron gates blocking the entry to the gardens. The two guardsmen that are standing nearby it, and there's a guard post with some more like hidden like behind the actual gate, but there's two on the outside. One of them holds up a hand and says, "Foreigners, the court is closed for the day. I know you're probably not used to our customs, but we hold court in the afternoons. If you seek an audience with the king, court is open to either the king or his advisors, whoever happens to be helping that day. But you can see them tomorrow after the high noon."
It's really important. Also, how do you know what high noon is if the sun doesn't move?
Good question.
It's when all three. I'm sorry. Are you new to Eterna completely?
Yes.
So if you.
But it's also like really important that we see the king soon.
If you
Maybe
look at.
famous Endust.
Oh, I don't know.
But
who
how
that
do you
is.
tell what time high noon is?
When all three Hoyasin are at their farthest point from Agavina, the Dark Star.
Oh, cool.
Isadora,
sense.
while they're having this conversation, is just kind of like gonna like kind of gravitate to the back of the crew and just kind of like open the book very discreetly. How do we get this guard to let us into the king?
Oh my god.
into the king's castle?
This is what she uses the book for. So for our friends just joining us, last week there was a whole lot of chaos, and our group used a wish. And they phrased it super well to receive an item called the Relentless Codex that has a gem on the spine with that pulses to the heartbeat of each member of the Midnight Parliament. And that book is an omniscient, uncursed book that answers truthfully, an omniscient tome, loyal, visible, and tangible only to the members of the Midnight Parliament, that answers truthfully and correctly any query that the Midnight Parliament asks. It has an exchange. It says knowledge commands action and wisdom pays the price. That if you have the information, you're just going to act on the knowledge. It's not a curse. It's just an exchange of deeds. And it does count down. So whenever someone asks it a question unique to the player, it counts down. So Isadora asks, how do we get this guard to let us in?
Asked, how do we, at this very moment, get an audience with the king without consequence?
Without consequence, the book responds, it is impossible to receive an audience at the king at this time. It is contextual, so it gets the picture. It is impossible to receive an audience with King Dushind of Udbrea at this time without consequence. 5. And
so glad you thought to add without consequence.
Your compulsion is, do you want to know what consequences and like how you could figure?
I do. Well, I just want to know. I just want to know what the consequences are.
How bad are the consequences?
Yeah. Do you need your head since you don't need to breathe?
Could you describe to me the various consequences given us seeking an audience at this very moment?
We're gonna wind up in a dungeon.
All right. So this person starts explaining to you what's like, these are the times you can come back. We're happy to receive any outsiders, adventurers in Udbrea. Generally means that there's something of importance that the king should have their attention paid to. And you mentioned Lady Seraphina. He's like, I don't know where Lady Seraphina is. You're all having this conversation. You're all, he goes, oh, Lord Valakor, yes, I didn't realize you were speaking of the Lady Seraphina. The conversation continues and Isadora is back there just flipping pages.
Do we know when one of us uses the book or no?
What's that?
Do we know when one of us uses the book or no?
Yeah, you can see it
in the same way.
You can see it, and you can feel its presence.
We can see it.
You hear the hum.
Okay, we can feel
the hum is the thing.
Okay.
You hear the hum, and you glance back, and Isadora is just flipping through pages because she asked what all the possible consequences were of.
She's got the dictionary.
It's a picture book.
It's just
picture.
It's
a picture book.
It is. It says
and it's planks, and they just step on you, or they peel your skin off from your eyeballs.
It says at the beginning, based on your method of entry into finding a way into the audience of King Dushind of Udbrea, at this time, the potential consequences are, and it starts listing ways to get in that include, murder, war, burning the city down to get access to talk to him. And it just starts running through all the lists of ways that you could possibly get access to the king And then what would most likely happen, because it's omniscient and it uses like all the foresight and the knowledge of people, that based on all these things, like you'll probably get executed. You might win the war if you have enough people to beat it. If you don't have enough people, these are things that will happen to you. If you attack it and there's a stalemate and you're really trying to get an audience, and it just goes on. And your compulsion is to read the list. And it takes you an hour.
While I'm flipping through it, I'm like, okay, guys, I think we have a long list of options here. If we really want to get in right now, honestly, take your pick. We have anything.
We have killed everyone except for the king.
We could go to war. We
please
probably
talk
not.
to King Dushin right now. It's kind of important. We know that it's not exactly the best time, but we've been sent a long way from Valakor's Haven, and Lady Seraphina really wants us to talk with him.
And a lot longer further before that.
While she's doing this,
sorry.
Is there a possibility, without using a question, could you just tell me as a DM, is there an option for filtering your search results?
You asked what possible...
You're getting the unfiltered list.
I'm not doing this to be a jerk.
Is there a filter option?
I'm not doing this to be a jerk. I'm doing this because you literally asked the internet, give me all the ways.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
But the internet
You
usually
cannot
has
ask an open-ended question.
It does.
You didn't ask for a filter in
You
the book.
did not ask for a filter, and you asked for all the options. So that's what your compulsion is, just to know all of them. So it takes you like an hour. And the guardsman is looking at the group of you, and he goes, Isidore just sitting back there doing this with something.
Reading.
What is she reading?
Her hands.
It's invisible. Don't worry about it. Doesn't matter.
Fortune teller. If you're a circus act, we have a festival coming up.
A circus act.
Festival coming up. That's cool, but we would like to. We've been traveling for like a month.
I cannot understate this enough. The safety of the world rests on our being here. I know that sounds like the most pompous thing anyone could possibly say, but I promise you, I wish it were not the case, but it is.
Cards on the table. Lady Seraphina sent us here because we can help aid with the problem with the changelings and also this zombie-raising crazy lady Imana who resides close by.
At this point, he has a runner who's like quickly taking notes.
Taking notes, good.
Yeah, please let us talk to him, pretty please, with Cherry on top.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Do I remember any magical people in this court who may have summoned me before?
Probably 3, I would say. It's pretty consistent. I mean, you were getting ripped by Valakor pretty often back in the day. But in this court, a few. And all in all, this is just decent political people. And I say decent as in they're not committing genocide, but they're still shitty politicians.
The bar is so low.
The bar is so low. It's so sad.
Fucking low.
The bar is so low.
Just don't kidnap and torture children.
It's not genocide. It's not torture. They're not just like killing indiscriminately, but it is.
The bar is on the floor, guys.
They're the the top 5%, and they're still just like, I like wealth and power, but I'm not willing to murder a bunch of people for it. They're still decent people. They understand they have a deep history with this region, and there's a lot of religious undertones with the history of their people and what they believe, that they're okay. But you're just like, you're the shittiest of the okay because you're politicians and you're still kind of squirrely. But most of the time, you were just doing regular familiar stuff, being summoned here and helping them out. And no one was cruel, and there's I would say, actually, let's give me I'm
just wondering if I have a memory of anybody halfway decent I'd be able to pull weight with around here.
Give me a what is the name of that roll? Or 2d20 emphasis check. Yeah, give me the emphasis check. I think that's a pretty solid option here.
A 6 and a 16.
6 and a 16, so 16 is farther away because you've got the there was a woman. That's a member of the court. She wasn't a court wizard or anything. She was she worked up as a scribe, and her family was noble. So she was as a child, she was a scribe, but she did get to apprentice under a wizard. And her name was Dervilo Rurman, Rurman, Dervilo. That's Dervilo. I'll put that into game chat for you. Can I not just have anything for myself?
Nope. A very different way with it.
Listen, King and Prince Abubu, like everything is hurting me today. Everything hurt last week. Everything hurts again this week. That's why Lucy peeked her head at it. Is like, hey, do you want wine? I'm going to the store. And I said, yes, God, yes. So Vermin was an apprentice scribe for a long time in the court. But when she finally got her apprenticeship as elevated to where she could start learning to cast spells, she summoned you first. And she was fairly young Farrellyn when you met her, probably 150, 200 years old, very early adulthood. And she just had these sweet aspirations of like wanting to help people that you really gravitated towards. She's just a pretty cool person. Just wanted to help people out, wanted to find ways to, there was a crop issue that year when she summoned you, and like you guys were studying ancient texts on raising crops and trying to figure out how you could magically enhance the constitution of these crops, and like basically not let them get hurt next year. There's enough food for the city to survive, and then you're not sure how the efforts went, but like the next year she was supposed to be putting in some of the stuff that you had discovered together and like worked together on, and you just ran books and hung out with her, probably in the shape of something like a cat, and a little chaotic but a good distraction, and she just loved hanging out with you. So did you want to add anything with that to the runner as they take off?
Ask if she's still working here.
Yep. Pipe up at the name, interestingly. Yes, Lady Rurman hasn't worked for the king in some time. She's a fairly renowned student of the arcane arts. She holds a high seat in the court. She's a fairly influential individual. Do you know her personally?
Oh yes, we were good friends for a little bit.
She's probably moved since you last saw her. I mean, I know she was of low-born upbringing, is the best way to put it. She's someone who really rose above her station, especially the pestilence that swept through Udbrea for a time. She was instrumental in counteracting it, and as such the king elevated her position. You could find the Rurman estate. He kind of like points back to the main square. That road to the left there that kind of heads this direction. Follow that to the very end before it branches out into a T. That's the Rurman estate.
Thank you. Just mentally to Soren. Maybe she can help us later.
I suppose. I'm willing to accept any and all help at this point.
So they send the runner, and you all are stuck there waiting as Isadora flips through a book. And that's 8 o'clock Eastern, so that's a good spot for us to take a quick break while the runner goes. Thanks everybody for hanging out with us. I forgot that we can do ad rolls on our breaks, so we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna just roll a couple ads here, but we should be back in 5 minutes or so. Let everybody take a quick break, and we'll be back to wrap up the session for the night. So thanks for hanging out with us. We should have been back already, but this time I'm committing fully to it. We are back now.
Commit to the bit. We're live.
The button has been pressed. Sorry, there was lots of memes happening. It was pretty bad. It's not a big. It's a little blue button that says cams, and that one says battle, and that one says stop.
So Ben, would you say you're a big memer? Like, are you a memer?
Why are you like this?
Sure, because I want to see where this is going.
Memer? I hardly know her.
Dear God. Now, de-inspiration forever.
You know what? Let me pull a card real quick.
There were two other people that were declared for de-inspiration permanently in the other Sunday game. It was the one who's never watched Serenity, and then the one who refuses to watch or Firefly, and then the one who refuses to watch The Office. Two separate people.
I can forgive that one, but Serenity is.
Serenity went straight to jail. Straight to jail.
You see, yeah, because
to rehabilitation camp where they make you watch Serenity and then Firefly and then Serenity.
Yep.
But you gotta watch the
I
person.
thought it was Serendipity. Is it Serenity?
Serenity.
Did I?
What is your?
It's that movie.
I've watched it. I watched it when I was in fifth grade.
Do you know that? Oh God, I hate that. Each of my children that were born have a canon Jane hat because my mom made them, and I have pictures of me and all my kids wearing our Jane hats together.
That's so cute.
I love that picture.
Did you see that? I posted the most recent one, right, with all 5 of them.
Probably.
It's
Probably.
phenomenal, but hey, red wine delivery.
Damn, Sam says they haven't watched either.
Yes,
God damn it.
aha,
Sam, you're
Fly
fired.
is good.
I mean,
Office.
okay. With Sam, I guess there's at least the somewhat
Good.
explainable out of like nonstop 24/7 like gremlin drawing fever fits.
Sam does get a pass. I think Sam's one of the few that gets a pass.
Still, we need to do a movie day someday though.
I think Sam should get Eternal de-inspiration.
I can take care of that.
Ouch.
Ugh. No, don't do
can
that
do
to
that.
Teos. Don't do that to Teos.
Don't do that to our boy.
It's true. He doesn't deserve it.
He's already getting destroyed about me.
So you all are standing at the gates waiting to try to hopefully get into the castle to talk to the king, because it's evening time and he's taking his evening meal and court's not happening now. Renner comes back and Isidore is still going through the book of all the ways that they could commit war crimes to get in to see the king.
Some ways to die.
Could burn the entire city to the ground, and then he has to talk to us
like-
because he can't just ignore that.
Surprisingly, you find a statistic, that there's somewhere to the tune of like 3,600 orphans in the city.
Dear God.
360 orphans. Hold on, my math percentages went weird. Calculator. 3,600.
Why are you looking for an orphan calculator?
I'm trying to
Are you
decide
using
if
the orphan NPC canon?
I'm trying to decide if 0.009, I'm trying to decide if 0.9% of the population should be orphans, and I think that's too many.
That's a lot of orphans.
So we're gonna say 360. So 0.09%, a smaller
That's
population.
32,000.
A lot of Disney movies that could be made.
So, anywho, the point was, you get to a
So you're
spot,
saying
Isidore,
it
where you're
hasn't
just
really
like,
been
oh,
possible.
we could string up the entire orphan population of the city as bait, and then he would stop us for the atrocities. Now she's just continuing through the.
Right.
You would have to talk to us then. That does count as talking to us.
The result would be that oh no, the entire military descends upon us, and we have to fight off all these guys, and it doesn't go well for us.
That's what
Most
you're
of
saying.
these,
What's gonna
most
be
of
like
the
a
most of the
pride
first
of
20
success?
minutes you spend flipping through is like, oh, definite death for us, so much death. You're starting to get.
There's no written of like, oh yeah, you could do this combination of magic fuckery to sneak in and blah 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 blah.
Oh yeah, there's a couple things like that. That's like he would, he might
But we end
shit
up in jail.
himself, and he ends up in jail, or you end up in jail because he's just so surprised by your sudden appearance.
That makes sense.
There's more than a few Blair options that result in Blair being
Yes.
I was gonna say.
summarily executed through just like all the shitty shenanigans she would get up to.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
buzzing through walls and appearing in front of people while they're taking a shit.
Hello.
While she's going through the Blair section, she's gonna tap while looking at the book, try to like tap on Blair's shoulder, and it's just
Yeah.
like going through her, but she's not looking, so she doesn't know. But she's just kind of like,
I still
waving.
feel it. I'm still corporeal.
oh, Blair, look, it's talking about
What?
you.
Oh yeah, look.
In the face.
I would try most of these.
Yep, I could see that happening.
Renner comes back, and King Dushind speaks through the messenger and says, "I received an urgent communique from Lady Seraphina, and would love to, or would be honored to entertain you tomorrow morning."
Okay. That's before court, right? Because
Before court.
is usually held in the afternoon.
Yes.
Okay, sweet. We get a private audience.
Would be honored to
Time
entertain
is
with you a
that?
private audience tomorrow morning, 7:30 in the morning. Fairly
Jeez
early.
Louise.
No partying tonight for you.
Do you think
7:30.
they run carts that early?
Absolutely,
Absolutely not.
Just-
they do.
It took
We have
us.
to walk it.
It took us
Oh, they
like
do.
2 hours to get up here with the cart, right?
Took you about 45 minutes to get up here with the cart.
I have a great idea. Are there any hotels immediately within the vicinity?
Yeah,
Good question.
there's plenty up here.
We're just
Well,
gonna
look-
stay up here.
Are you?
I'm with Isadora.
Are
We
you
should just stay
Isadora
up
as your still flipping?
Yeah, because I really don't want to keep doing this while walking. I think we
She's
should find somewhere to
consuming
stay
as
up
much
here.
information as possible and just reading and talking like we should
Yeah.
get a hotel. This is a lot of ways I
Yeah.
could hurt
Dora
people.
ever read this much before?
No, this is
I didn't know
impressive.
she
It's
could
been a
read.
long time. It's been a long
I know she
time.
can read. Inspiration for Soren. Inspiration.
What? I did not hear what he
Older than
said.
you.
He said I didn't know she
I'm
could read.
125.
Yeah,
To be-
it was very much the Malfoy thing of just.
I didn't know you
I didn't know you'd read.
Hasn't Soren tried to teach Isadora to read before? But
in Elvish.
Yeah, I
Elvish.
tried to teach her to read Elvish and it didn't go well.
I very lightly know Elvish.
accent is
Excuse me,
so
your
off.
accent's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Guard, sir. Do you know any local like hotels that we could stay in? Just like one that you recommend
Up here?
that's like right around here. Yeah.
Something nearby, all the way down.
So we
Oh.
don't have to wake up at ass o'clock in the morning to come back up
Just-
here.
Elbow
Oh.
I
mass.
read good.
What's our height differential? Do I elbow you in the head? What? How tall are you?
I'm 5 foot.
Okay. Aim low, but
Oh, my boob.
pretty much.
I mean,
Your
there's-
elbow goes into the pocket dimension.
Oh no.
Whoa!
I pull you out.
The bra
Until
holding, I
just
forgot.
this moment, I literally forgot about the bra
Forgot about the
holding.
bra
Yep.
holding.
I didn't.
Does his hand just come into contact with like fucking 300 pounds of salt?
Oh yeah, you're still carrying on his
Out a
shitload of
handful of
salt.
salt.
That's gotta dry stuff out of there.
Listen.
I don't think
That's a Maximil problem that she has to deal with. There's a lot of chafing if she's not too careful, but
Dehydrated
It's
titties.
a pocket. There is bra of holding.
Boob jerky.
Other side of bra.
listen, it's a
Don't
99%
get
salt.
titty
Jerky.
jerky.
Titty jerky is not something I ever wanted to hear spoken of.
That's very sterile.
It's Max Links.
I want to go home.
So there's not a 0% chance of hitting boob with the bra of holding, but it's like 99% salt.
Yeah.
God.
Mel's dead. Okay.
Yep.
Rip it.
Rip it.
That is the hardest I've ever seen Mel laugh.
Pay no attention. Leave me to die.
So, places to stay up here.
There's the after he sees you like strangely elbow grope your companion.
Not grope, just elbow. Like, shut up. Just don't
Yeah,
see
but
that
except
word.
for you like dunked in part way and like came back out.
Bra holding.
Oh, what, There's the Allen Court Inn. That's available nearby. They're all super.
What was the mushroom one called? What was the
That's
mushroom
way
one
down
called
at the
again?
bottom of the city.
That was 45 minutes.
Is it
away.
a chain? Is there more?
No,
Is there
there's
one
not.
up here?
The humble
Like a
mushroom is
variant.
not available up here. No,
No.
Dang it!
They're
You know,
all
they
really-
should really get a north location.
they're all really shitty, posh sounding names, like the Alden Court Inn.
The Alden Court. I think it's
Okay.
Alden.
That's good.
The Marple Branch Pub.
Marple branch.
Marple Branch.
Marple.
Marble.
It's
They don't
the-
have marble here.
no.
It's marble.
It's no.
The
You
Marple.
misunderstand. It's not Marple. It's a name, Marple. It's the Marple Branch group
Marple.
that runs the Marple
Marple.
Branch Pub.
You gotta say it like that. The marble.
Marple. Okay.
Marple. You could just stay at the Darcy if you wanted to.
The Darcy.
The Darcy.
What is?
What's the
Darcey?
Which one doesn't suck? As an honest person to another honest person, which one is not shitty, and which one is close? Those two things are priority.
Well, there. Up here, that doesn't suck. It's.
There's nothing, is there?
He's thinking really hard. He goes,
Basically,
The
what can
least?
we get for like 5 platinum?
No,
most
that
of
is
those.
not our budget. That is not our budget.
That is absolutely our budget. Trust
5
me.
gold.
If you. Okay. Sometimes, if the right people stay there, it draws a good crowd, but there is the 12 Bear.
The 12 bear. Okay.
What the fuck are these names of places? What does that even mean?
I think the
Do they
12 bear
actually have
sounds
12
cool.
bears?
Is it? But it's not 12 bears. It's 12 bear.
The 12
Singular.
Bear.
It's a 12-armed bear.
No.
Is it-
No.
Or do you bear?
Do you think like
12?
it's like a bear? Like
No.
12, like
What?
like a
It's a-
We're new here. I'm sorry.
12
but
children?
It's a sign of a.
12 guns.
Listen, it's a
It's
bear with the number.
B-A-R-E.
No, it's a bear with the 12 on it. It's the 12 Bear.
like the animal
Oh,
bear
wow.
or like
It's
the
literal.
Yes,
It's
like a
saying
bear,
literal.
like rawr, not
Or
like.
a bear
Well, that's not
with
Not
helping.
like,
number
not like I
12.
want to date your young twink friend, but rawr bear, I'm an actual bear. I'm going to
Okay.
eat grubs and poop in the wood.
Okay, I was just checking. You know, it
Why
is
12? Does it have like? Is it?
I
have
don't
units
know.
or
I
something?
don't run the 12
Pride
Bear.
is Pride Month,
I don't
you know,
live here,
so
you know more than I do.
The Chernobyl bear.
Chernobyl bear. Okay, let's go to the 12 bear. Does
The-
that
the-
sound good?
The 12 bear, B-A-R-E, like 12 naked people standing around.
No.
A bear.
No, a bear, as
Like
in
the
like
animal.
rawr, animal bear.
We
Yes.
both do that.
Rawr. He's like dropping his pole line, trying to be like, "Arr, arr, yeah, ah, you got it."
Halberd tucked up underneath the armpit. Just,
Yeah.
Yeah.
all right, which way is that place?
On the opposite side of this level.
Okay.
Listen, if you
So that's the closest that doesn't
follow,
suck.
it's the closest that doesn't suck. If you go around, he points you around like the street to the right. If you continue around the street to the right, you will find where like the road gets. It's about a mile that direction, and then you'll find the switchbacks that head down to the Holy Quarter. But
Okay.
near the near this level on the switchbacks down, you'll find the 12 Bear.
All right, let's go
All
to
right.
the 12 bear. If we all,
To the
I like the
12
sound
bear
of
it
the
is.
12
I'm
bear.
guessing you'll be there tonight, considering you're probably a regular, huh?
No,
I would assume you have a home.
I don't have. Yeah, I
But
live.
you
Don't
give
have a
off,
home
you know,
here?
bear vibes, you know?
Double Maximal again.
I have children to
Maybe-
get home to. No, I will not be going to the tavern tonight. It's. I mean,
I'm sorry. We are odd sometimes. We are very tired. Thank you.
We're tired and
Yes,
we
you
have
could
lots
say
of
we're
questions.
queer.
Just ushering. We're queer. Some of us are.
Sure.
well, enjoy the 12 Bear. It's should be an interesting night for you. And as the messenger said, the king will see you tomorrow.
Awesome. Great. Let's go. Let's sleep. God, we have to get up at 7:30.
No, meetings at
We
7.
have to be
We gotta
there
be
at
at,
7:30.
We have
Oh,
to
that's
wake up
even
at like 6.
worse.
6 ish. We should be early.
Yes, we should wake up at 6, take an hour, be here by 7 to be let in at 7:30.
You know, this is just the thing that makes me glad I don't have to sleep.
No, you just have to sit around and wait for that entire time period.
I entertain myself very well. I could
It's
whittle
interesting to
ducks.
watch. You guys should try it.
I
Could whittle and
start conversations with Blair. Usually bother everyone else that's around until they're all gone. And then I usually just go into my own head and, like, you know how it's like daydreaming, where you just think of all the scenarios of everything that's ever happened to you and you reflect on how you would have done them differently.
Her
Stuff
right
like
eye
that.
goes a little bit off the side, and she a tiny bit. It's really funny.
You're describing anxiety. You know that, right?
That's what you call that?
That's what that's called, yes.
I
You
thought
should
anxiety
probably
was like,
Speak to someone
you
about
know, you
To the bear.
You guys
bear.
are. I'm assuming you're walking to the bear as you're having
Yes.
this
Bear.
conversation about
Let's
anxiety.
bear. Let's bear.
Maximilian, I'm too
honestly, I
tired to
guess I
walk.
didn't know
Can you
what
make me
anxiety
fly?
was until now.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
And he gets little fiery wings that, like,
That is
Just like
fairly odd appearance.
unnecessary.
limply
Max.
flying along.
No need to put yourself through the trouble. And she
I already
bridal
cast the
carries.
spell.
She grabs Thorin and bridal carries him.
He weighs nothing.
No, I don't
This
weigh
is a lot
nothing.
easier than
I
I thought.
weigh the same, but I
No,
don't
but
have.
you're flying. So
Oh,
Yeah,
true.
wow, you are like, it's like when you're exhausted, you weigh less.
Just gonna scoot over to Max. So is this like some weird courting thing between strong people? Do they just whip each other around? I've only ever been around nerds, and their dating is really fucking odd.
no, my fiance used to sometimes carry me. I was never able to carry her. I'll be able to make her fly now. Oh, I'll be able to carry her. No, but she used to like to be like, oh wow, I can lift you up. Isn't that cool? And I'd be like, oh wow, yeah. And you know, that's
My Max is so excited she can pick her up like that.
Ben left.
Ben needs the wine box.
I wonder.
yeah, that's but it's a thing.
So that's the strong person thing.
Yeah, strong people like being able to like protect, I think.
Got it. All the
And so
nerds I was
they do
around
that.
just kept calling it the autism riz, and I'm not really sure what they meant by that.
Oh, it's a real thing.
We actually call it aurism.
Oh no!
God.
Aristism?
It's the rhythm.
Risen with the
rhythm.
tism.
The rhythm with the tism. Oh no.
Yeah, you rism
never
with
stay
the
on track.
tism. Rism with the
Hey
tism.
Ben, can I get one of those direct express shipped to me, please?
Sure.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm gonna go get my bottle of Jameson.
Doran is just subjected to this conversation because he's being held, and Isadora is just entertaining the whole like Blair and Max conversation.
Oh, Soren and Jaeger, what's it like at the sane part of the group as they're walking?
Just watching this clusterfuck bumble their way down the streets. I'm trying to like, because they're clearly not paying attention. I'm trying to like keep an eye out to make sure that we're not getting like leered at or anything like that by any of the people that we're passing.
A little
'Cause,
bit,
like,
but they're
Thus far, people have leered at us.
Sam.
What happened now? Oh God. Terrorism.
Yep.
Yeah, it didn't help that
The
I saw the
rhythm.
rhythm. I started coughing again. Josh is just questioning everything. He's just sitting there like, why? Is this even a game anymore, or is it just memes all?
It's spiraled into memes.
Okay. We can get back on schedule, guys. We can do this.
There are
Heavy
people
RP.
that are
bear.
looking at the heavy RP, and that RP means rhythm puns apparently.
Yes.
So, yeah, there's people that look at you, but apparently the word of the mean girls has spread quickly, and the three of them are just kind of like clearing a path as they move through the city.
Oh, we're developing a reputation in 5 minutes.
You are doing so well.
This is doing so well.
Basically, the people that they were hanging out with, their larger group of friends that they met up with at some tavern as you pass by. They were at the Darcy. They were sitting in the Darcy, and they look out the windows of the Darcy, and they see you all walking by, and there's a bunch of hushed, oh my heavens, like conversations. They're looking out at you all.
Oh, great heavens!
Oh, great heavens!
Oh, my pearls! I've got the vapors. They look outside. Then no, it's not like that face, Maximiel. It is concerned face, not horny face. Okay?
No, that's how Max responds.
Oh,
so much worse.
yeah, it's a lot.
Someone clutches their pearls, and Max flirts with them through the window.
It's traumatizing for the people inside, and Max just apparently is pure fucking chaos now. Like, she's been around Blair too much.
Yes.
Hey, Max knows how to deal with these people. This is the sort of people that Max had to deal with for 20 straight years.
True, she doesn't know how to fuck with them, and that's why her guard wife or guard fiance, who's super tough and strong lady, is just like, she's pretty awesome.
I love my guard wife.
I love my guard wife.
Since
Well,
this
she
walk
is.
is like 20 minutes, Isidora's been like, hey, Doran, you can take a nap if you need to. She just looks, and he's just already...
She's
Just
holding
not-
Doran, and then in the front of the
And
arms is
reading?
still like
Are you
flicking.
still reading?
Just flicking the book as she's walking.
Still reading.
She's got the book on his chest. Just
Oh my gosh, the perfect book holder.
they just got it on his
Just
titties.
the chiseled.
Jaeger, what is the first thing you notice about the 12 Bear as you approach the establishment? Because you haven't got to talk too much, and we're gonna call on you.
Great.
Besides its bear-themed decor, what's interesting about the 12 Bears you enter? And you can describe anything you like about the tavern, and then I've got plenty else to fill in.
Walking into the 12 Bear, you see nothing that has to do with bears.
I have a whole section on bear-themed decor for the 12 Bear.
No bears.
God
no
damn
bears.
it!
No bears whatsoever.
It's
Complete misnomer.
completely different. Maybe all of their like mugs are bear themed.
Okay, I'll fine. I'll take it.
Nothing
Fine.
else. Nothing else is bear.
Why did I even give you an opportunity to speak? What the fuck? This is the salty starfish part 2. Okay,
Hey, you chose that one.
I did not. They did it.
I know, but
The salty starfish.
Literally I'm swiping your fucking status. Seriously. The salty starfish was not me. Okay, that was all player choice. It was pure fucking chaos. Anyways,
You're welcome.
thanks.
Change all of your stuff.
Change everything. Okay.
But also, I don't know if they have bears in Eterna, so I couldn't think on
that's
my
a good
feet to
question.
see
They
what a
do.
bear looks like in Eterna.
They do.
Are they also purple?
They're 6-legged, and they have like a purplish black.
Rad bears.
You don't get to make
They're
that
rad
face.
bears.
though. You made the
Rad
tummy bear.
No, I know. The tummy bear is a mutant from space. This is different. This is just a thing that lives on the other side of the planet.
So nestled here in the spot of Udbrea, the tavern's exterior of the 12 Bear is made from, it seamlessly blends with the geological features of the city. It's made from this sturdy dark meteorite, carved out. This one's not shaped out, but it's carved out. The entrance, as opposed to some of the other very contrasting dark meteorite with white stone that they use to like kind of differentiate and like add some character to the stonework up here, this is marked by a grand wooden door that's not depicted with fucking bears because it is instead depicted with 12 bare-chested dancing Farrellin men and women because it is the 12 Bear But it says bear as in the animal bear, but clearly it's all these bear people because Josh just can't let me have anything.
You're welcome.
It's a
You can
pun.
have
Happy Pride
all
Month.
of their alcohol choices be the 12 bears.
So
12 different bear choices.
the 12 bared people, all depicted in different poses symbolizing strength, camaraderie, and festivity. They used to be actual bears, but now they're just bare-chested people. Along above the door, a large, intricately woven wrought iron sign reads "The 12 Bear" in flowing, elegant script, illuminated by soft, glowing lanterns. Inside, the tavern exudes a cozy and magnificent ambiance. The walls are lined with polished meteorite stone interspersed with warm, honey-colored wooden beams. Hanging from the ceiling are ornate chandeliers made of crystal and meteor fragments, and that cast a gentle kind of starlight glow through the place. However, one of the most striking features is the star dome, the exposure to starlight in here. This is part of the city that's been excavated at the top, and the back wall of the tavern leading up in this big glass kind of almost greenhouse effect shows this panoramic window made entirely of reinforced glass, offers a breathtaking view of the night sky and out to the northern part of the meteorite, like the northeastern part of the meteorite chasm, the meteor chasm, I guess.
I got it.
No, you're
The
done.
other thing no, I got it. The other thing in there is the 12 points of the bear constellation.
I was just getting to that. Damn it! Why are you in my brain?
I stole it.
Why are you in my brain?
Ah.
As we get up to the door, Doran's gonna wake up from his stupor, look up at the door, and just go, "What knockers?"
Damn it.
Fucking
What?
Is this a strip club?
no. Nate, why?
I don't know.
I don't know. So, yes, the 12 points of the bear constellation. Thank you, Josh, for being in my brain and steal. It was literally the next sentence.
Now I have to go
Can't
watch
have
Young
anything.
Frankenstein.
Yeah.
What's that?
Now I have to go watch Young Frankenstein.
Okay. So there's an upper balcony here there's other shit. Okay, there's an upper balcony that runs along the perimeter of the tavern's main room, accessible via a grand curved staircase. Offers other spectacular views. You get the night sky, the city below. There's cozy seating arranged along the balcony. I'm so just done with this because I was trying so hard and Josh stole over me. But there's perfect places up there for a quieter, more elevated dining experience. But the 12 Bear does offer, besides no bear themed decor except for the mugs, because there's bear shaped mugs. Thank you, Josh. It's renowned for hearty, delicious fare, featuring dishes made from locally sourced ingredients, inspired by traditional recipes, but are elevated for the king's lair. Name TBD, just brain, not braining. I'm just so done. Signature dishes up here include, roasted wild game, savory stews, fresh baked breads, accompanied by fine selection of ales, wines, and meads as well. It appears they discovered the fermentation of honey on this side of the world as well. Entertainment is a staple of the 12 Bear, where most of the other places look like haughty tea rooms that, Maximiel glanced in the windows and went, and just to get back at the people who were so distraught at seeing her walking. This place has a stage that's positioned near the panoramic window, allowing the performers to add ambiance without overpowering. It's not a raucous, rowdy tavern. It's an experience.
Experience.
And you join into the 12 and it seems like it's not an experience that's appreciated by much of the other citizenry up here. You see a decently empty tavern. There's a few people probably from the floors below that aren't in as nice of dress as the people that were up above that have saved up for a trip to the 12 Bear. And you guys are just joined by people who are just genuinely happy to be here, because it's not the happening spot, but they were so excited to come to the 12 Bear. Come. What'd you guys like to do? Grab some rooms, grab some food and stuff. What do you want to do?
Isadora is gonna set Doran gently down on a bar stool and just give him a little tap tap on the top of the head, and then try to find where she could get rooms for the crew.
You're so good to me, Isadora.
Max,
Yeah.
did you say 5 gold was our budget? What did that guy say the cost was?
I said our budget was 5 gold. He didn't say how much this cost. Excuse me, barkeep, how much does it cost for 2 rooms here?
There is an innkeeper here. So as you kind of walk in, there's another staircase up that leads to the inn level here. Most of the buildings, again, here are multiple stories in a single constructed unit, because this town builds vertically. So there's 4 stories here. There is a innkeeper by the name of Velris. Very dignified looking Farrellin with long silver hair and piercing violet eyes, and he's fairly calm as you come in, but it seems excited as the group of you kind of walks in. It's been some time since adventurers have graced the 12 Bear with their presence. It's not often we have people coming all the way up from the lower parts of the city, but it's a pleasure to have you nonetheless. I hope you'll partake of food. Uldra is our head chef and is working tonight. Just pay no mind to Grathok behind you. He's harmless. He's just here in case something goes wrong. And it's kind of when you glance to your left and notice that sitting in the shadows is a hulking bugbear that's got a great sword, just kind of sitting back there. He's got like cup in one hand and just kind of go, hey.
Friend.
That's what they meant by the bear.
No. Grathok is not the 12 Bear, but the 12 Bear does love Grathok.
There is a 12 bear. It's real.
We have rooms available. How many are you looking for the night? We have double beds, as well as we still have the suite available if you would like that. It's a little more expensive, but it does have 3 separate sleeping rooms, as well as a common room at the top floor with a magnificent view of the night sky.
That sounds great. I think we'll take that one. But
Okay, yeah, sure.
did you change the subject intentionally?
So that room runs a platinum and 2 gold per night because it sleeps so many. It's our finest room available.
Okay.
And unfortunately, steep costs with the competition up here, it gets difficult. Nobody really wants to go all the way up here to sleep these days. They just as soon say
1 platinum and 2 gold, you said?
Yes.
Okay, here you go.
Yeah,
I'll
takes
cover
it
it.
graciously. Here are the keys to the suite. He hands you 4 keys. Please go see Zareth over at the bar. She points over to a lady that's got short dark hair, kind of cut in like a pixie cut, just charismatic as hell. Like you can see the charisma exuding off her from here as she's talking to someone at the bar, and senses that Velris says something about her. Looks back up to the lot of you and just kind of goes, waves at you, gives you a wink, and invites you all over. And if you have time, Lorraine she's a wonderful lute player and singing tonight as well. Please enjoy her performance. Get Uldra, one of the best Durgar cooks in the region, is our chef and is just making a fine selection of meals tonight. Please enjoy your stay. It's an absolute pleasure to have you here. Welcome to the 12 Bear.
So is there an unspoken rule that we do not talk about the 12 bears?
If you will excuse me, I have other guests to tend to. There's nobody here. I have other guests to tend to.
You do
Am I the only one? Am I the only one?
12 Bear. 12 Bear talks about you.
I have other guests to tend to. I hope that you enjoy your evening. Thank you.
Just make eye contact with him. It's an embarrassing mascot, isn't it?
It's, but yes. It was bears, and then an older owner decided that the breasts and the shirtless men would attract more people than them being bear, and it was a play on words, and it's very expensive to carve new doors.
Is that why there's only
Much.
the mugs? Is
Oh.
that what was kept with the transfer of ownership? You guys only were able to keep the bear mugs.
We
It's
like
the only bear item I see.
we like the bear mugs. And Soren, what were you saying as you glanced over your shoulder?
Didn't much work, did it?
It's very
Draw new customers.
it's very difficult up here. It was a thing for a time, but you know, people just they don't like to look up as much anymore, and it's quite sad.
I inside check that.
Sure.
They don't much like to look up anymore. 29.
He seems to be someone who believes in something. You're not sure exactly what, because you're new to the region. But
My first thought was the Hoyson.
yeah, it's mostly about the magnificence of the region they live in. And you're kind of getting that first awe-inspiring image. Like, you've looked up and you've seen them before, but this is something that's truly encased them in reverence. Stars, Agavina, the Hoyson, like the rocks floating with the trees that look almost like small tendrils, and the stars shifting behind them all the while. The grand purple light of Agavina, the dark star, floating out there. It's really a breathtaking sight. And it seems that he gives the impression these people have gotten a bit full of themselves, and they no longer like to take in the beauty that exists around them.
Oh, okay. I assumed it was a fear thing, like, because that's where the fucking
No,
heaven hand is.
no. And he thinks it's just because people no longer really enjoy
They're
this
stuck
beauty
in
around them.
assholes. They're all mean girls. Got it. Okay. Is Isadora still reading?
Yep. She's reaching the last couple.
I'm almost done, actually. I'm on the last couple pages.
She's getting ready to
How
sit
many times have
down.
we been killed so far?
Like
there's
75%,
too many.
80% of the time.
She's somewhere in the teas.
Ugh.
You get sat down and the book finally goes 5. Maxfield doesn't hear, but the rest of you are just like, the book's like, Jamin, 5. Okay.
Isadora would be the one to tire out the book.
Word
write
one
the book.
question.
Do you need a drink?
Is Jaeger asking the book if it needs a drink?
Is that
Okay.
the question?
Pour
Get a
alcohol
margarita
in the
with a little
book.
sippy straw.
Do you need a friend?
I wanted to make it a friend, but
So, what are you guys up to? Entertainment, heading up to the room, grabbing some sleep,
Whiskey.
whiskey.
Go
We
to
are going to
bar.
tuck this boy into bed, and then I'm coming down here and I'm getting drunk.
Trying to.
yeah, trying to.
Apparently, she's
Always
drinking fucking
thinking.
paint dinner.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, a couple
If it
things
doesn't
happen.
exist, whiskey or whatever.
Couple things happen. Maximil.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. We're gonna start with Soren.
Fuck.
You get in contact. Communicate. Your daughter has apparently recently learned sending because she's done it once before. I need a wisdom saving throw.
Balls. Is this against a charm or a fear effect?
No, it's not.
Okay, never mind. 12.
You're dead.
It's against a
Probably.
death effect. Ah.
Aha! We knew that.
Stops.
You think for a moment as the surge runs over you again, this energy,
Just charm. Never mind.
and you recall that just like waking from a dream, there was something about the way that your daughter reaches out and talks to you. This isn't right for just a brief moment, and then she reaches out and she's casting sending to you.
Mhm.
Hey, Dad, just checking in. Philinea and I are doing just fine, and that's Philinea, P-F-H-I, or not F-H, sorry, Filonaea. Philonaea. Philonaea and I are doing fine. More fellows heading up to Utancia. Staying with the fleet. All the best.
Utancia, you said?
Yep, they're heading up to Geet. To Geet, not Utancia. Utancia is a kingdom within Geet. They're going up on the trade route, up on the northern trade route. That's something you've always
GYT, right?
GYTE.
TE. Fuck.
But they're heading up to Utancia. One second, please.
I agree, small child.
Sorry, I was checking out a dress for a wedding. I was just double checking on seconds.
Ooh.
Yeah, she sends you a message. You want to reach back out to her? Because you know you can respond to the message.
Yeah. Hello, darling. Good to hear from you. We're still on the other side of the world. It's beautiful and complicated. Can't wait to show you my notes.
Okay. Maximiel,
Yeah.
someone reaches out to you. You get a message first. That there's a interesting person on the other line you've never heard of before. This is Zalvray Darkshada reaching out on behalf of Mirabelle. She says, you hear this frustration. Missing yous like gravy missing biscuits just ain't right. Where you at?
Tell her we're in the royal level of the city, resting in the 12 Bear for the night. They're free to stay at the Displacer Kitten place if they want, or they can come up to be here with us, but we have an early morning with the king, so.
Curiosity Kitten kill a Displacer Kitten. Yep.
Yeah.
DCKD.
Yeah.
But I just say Displacer Kitten.
All right. A few moments later, Zalvray reaches back out. That hike is like leading a horse to water and forcing it to drink. Ain't happening. I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay. See her. Tell her we'll see her tomorrow, and hopefully with the king on our side.
It feels like he's a little more frustrated. Like he wasn't saying it quite right, and she scolded him during that time that they were off, and that accent got really, really good at the second message.
Also, your accent is impeccable. I can almost hear Maribel scolding us. And you. I'm sorry.
All right. Those are the two messages that come through. But Corbin is going to sleep, so he's a little whiny in the background. But what's everybody getting up to inside the tavern?
Well,
We got whiskey for Jaeger. Isadora's dropping Doran off upstairs. Doran, you getting your nappy time? It's time for your nap.
Isadora, please take me to bed.
all right. Don't act like that, Max. I'm literally placing him on a mattress and tucking him in and saying goodnight. You are so strange to think what goes through your head. And she
Damn, that was so
goes up
quick,
the
Isadora.
stairs.
As he's just like
She
being carted off,
ignores
he's
her.
just
She
like,
ignores her.
I love you, Isadora.
I'm gonna pretend I did not hear that. You are.
Max will hear that!
We
You are
all heard it.
happily.
And despite the magic, she is going to disguise self in a captain uniform that says USS Isadoran on the cap and walk around.
I'm gonna hocus pocus ominous whispers around Isadora, just going, ooh.
Oh my god. Her ears are
Cyorion Chronicles is filmed in front of a live studio audience.
You would not be able to tell that she heard a thing if it weren't for the bright red ears. Just a completely just poker face with just bright red ears.
Oh, glory, the ship has set sail.
Jaeger, amidst all of this, the
Throw a bottle.
the very kindly bartender Zareth, this younger looking woman, but she bears a bit of weather of age as you get close up to her, and you see that, you know, although her features are pristine from a distance, you can see as you get close and start to study her, she's a little bit older. She's been around for a while, and she bends an ear and like listens to everything that's happening between that group. You come up and order your whiskey. She goes, you know what? You need a little bit of this. This will take the edge off. We call it Shadowfire whiskey. There's a strain of grain up here that makes this. It's got that little bit of pepper in it that makes it feel right. So she pours you a glass of this dark, deep amber colored liquor with, when you hold it up and look at it and inspect the glass, hints of ruby red light. The bottle itself is elegant, made from dark frosted glass with the silver etchings. You see celestial motifs near the top and nocturnal creatures around the base of this, and the label just says Shadowfire, all in large text on there. Drinking it, the aroma is this blend of smoky oak, dark chocolate, hint of roasted coffee beans. You get notes of caramel and vanilla and tantalizing invitation to taste it. And when you finally do, it's got a smooth, velvety texture with a burst of rich flavor. A lot of smoky oak notes dominating it, balanced by that caramel and molasses flavor. As it starts to settle, you get the complex layers of chocolate and roasted coffee, whispers of dried figs and blackberries, and it finishes with a pleasant spice that lingers on the tongue, almost like star anise and cinnamon.
So which whiskey are you reading this off of?
Yeah, because this sounds delicious as shit.
Sounds nice.
This is just Ben drinking, like thinking about all the whiskeys he's drank in his life. While I'm
Damn it.
literally sitting here with a delicious bottle of Buffalo Trace in a decanter.
He's about to go to Will and be like, hey, I got this new whiskey for you.
Let's do it.
You come, like, you get that first sip, and she goes, now, neat is definitely the best way to drink that, but you want to pair it with something amazing. I've got a selection of dried roast meats, and aged cheese. It's perfect to go with that.
Call me in. Is there by chance a place where I can smoke, or is it okay to smoke in here too? Because this is a good pairing for a good night.
Just so happens this is a place you can. And she sets this small cup on the counter that looks like it's got a ball inside of it, and it's inverted. And I feel so bad that I'm stealing my envisionment of Fabrials for this, but it looks like a water swirling gemstone inside of this upside down glass, and it feels like it pulls the air slightly from around you as you sit down. But she invites you to light up, and she says, if you're going to have it, enjoy it with something local. I mean, don't smoke what you brought. And she hands over a small pile of, like, a small little container of tobacco and some paper for you to roll local
Sweet.
tobacco cigarettes. And as you smoke, as you blow it out, that small device pulls the air around it and sucks in the smoke into the upside down glass and contains it from the other patrons. And it just looks like a little clear crystal glass gem with like a little whirlpool inside of it, and it spins rapidly inside the glass, creating this interior pulling vortex that sucks the smoke down into it.
Interesting.
I'll breathe a sigh of relief for the first time in a while.
Well, bottle's not too expensive. That'll run you about 9 gold for that bottle. The dinner I heard you rented the suite, so the dinner's on us. And then the tobacco's from my personal stash. And let's say as a friend, you buy me an extra drink later that I can enjoy with you, and that's on me.
You're welcome all night. And I'll hand her 15 gold.
All right. She leaves you the bottle and everything you need. And then a few minutes later, as Isadora is coming back downstairs, Jaeger's got a feast of aged meat and cheese in front of him. He's got a cigarette hanging out one side, a fresh pile of tobacco and papers, and then a bottle of this amazing looking whiskey. And Jaeger's just... I love it.
Let's go.
Jaeger's having a great night. Soren, how are you responding to seeing all of this go down with Jaeger? Because he gets some attention immediately because he heads right for the bar and piques the interest of this person.
Do I get the sense that any of them are looking at him with that same kind of like shitty, you're not from here, we don't like you kind of vibe?
Not in here.
Okay, good.
Not in the
let him
12
enjoy his
We'll ask for an insight check though.
Okay. I will give you an insight check. And if it's bad, I would like to use my inspiration. I'm going to use my inspiration. There we go. 31.
Deck.
Dang.
This Farrellin woman is most definitely attracted to Jaeger.
Yeah, I caught that. Okay.
You didn't need the inspiration. The 18 called it.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, just whether I don't think he's going to act on that because he's a good man. But I just kind of clock that he's got himself situated and comfy, and Isadora and Doran are upstairs christening their newfound relationship. And,
No, they're not. Maddie's gone off camera.
Oh. I'm kidding. I don't know. What?
You looked away.
Maddie's
and
hand
she's
shot
on
up
the
into the
ground.
screen and did like the okay
Oh,
thing.
no.
Yeah, she's on the
Oh,
ground.
no.
Oh god.
Oh, no.
You killed her. You killed her and she's
her.
dead.
I was kidding. I was just all right. Never mind. But I'm gonna go look for that bookshop. Oh, fuck no, they're probably not open. What am I talking about?
You can definitely go take a look. I mean, the streets are calm and things are open up here. Surprisingly late.
I would say, is it walking distance?
You could walk back to it. Take you about 15 minutes.
Yeah, fuck that. I'm gonna fly. I haven't flown yet.
Okay.
Why not? We saw that it does work here, right?
Yeah.
The spells are funky. Okay, yeah, fuck it. I'm just gonna flip to that page and incant, and then just okay. It's just like Max showed me. All right, we got this, and then
Maximiel,
Yes.
I have to ask you a question.
Yes.
Did Maximiel write a book that was posted? Did she actually write down that short story that Sam posted the art for?
oh god,
She hasn't had the time.
She's not sketched out a draft or dictated it
that-
to a
That would be invasive.
like the Rage of Passion. When she conceptualize it and write down the story and get it out just so she can be like, I love this so much, I want to write the Rage of Passion? Did that book become a reality when she wrote it down? Like, has she written it down yet, or is it all still in her head?
It's all still in her head because it would be Max is the captain of Isadoran, but there are firm lines, and writing porn of your friends, I feel, is a line you do not cross.
Romance novels, not
bro.
porn.
Look at there.
That's some mom porn right there, okay?
that's
Yes.
smut.
Look at that cover. Tell me that a middle-aged mom would not read that in a bathtub.
You haven't written it, you just drew the cover.
Listen, it's much easier to create smutty fan art than it is to write a novel.
It's true.
It is true. And so you definitely haven't written Blood and Sand yet either, or is that old Maximiel fan fiction from back in the day when she was young and still dreaming about her possible love?
That one could have been embarrassing, like 13-year-old Maximiel wrote that.
I need to know if you wrote it down.
Wattpad.
It's her Wattpad
Yes.
account. Just
It got written down, It is in Katya.
Okay.
Is it?
So,
Is it?
Soren,
Oh fuck.
you head
I hate that this
into
relates to me.
Enshrined in
Yeah.
Spines.
Oh no!
And it's open. This
Okay.
Fairland bookshop has an absolutely massive collection of tomes. As you walk in, this is a library, a bookstore carved into the stone of this meteorite that just spans it goes 4 stories tall, deep into the stone. A carefully curated collection that reflects the deep knowledge and mystique of not only Dark Elves, but of all of Eterna. The interior of the shop is a perfect blend of elegance, arcane ambiance, and otherworldly charms. As you walk in, you see that dark facade of stone that carved with swirling patterns of arcane symbols. The shop's name etched in a flowing silvery Fairland script and glinting in soft light. And inside, you're greeted by a hushed, reverent atmosphere. The air is filled with the scent of aged parchment, exotic incense. You hear soft, ethereal music, like distant echoes in the background, playing on, enhancing the senses of people who step into here. And inside that main entryway, it's dimly lit with soft orbs, glowing a purple light hovering near the ceiling, casts a gentle glow over the entire space. This does not have an exposure to the outside world, but it has that same kind of purple glow. Tall, dark wooden and stone bookshelves line the walls, reaching up to the high 4-story vaulted ceiling. The shelves intricately carved with scenes of Eterna, and also scenes of their lore, like the stories of the ancient Fairland descended from the heavens. And it's scattered with these cozy reading nooks, each furnished with these plush velvet colored chairs, small ornate tables, nestled between bookshelves, offering these little private spaces for reading. You walk in and see this grand library and bookshop that seems much more entrancing than it did on the outside as soon as you step in.
Okay. I am going to look for a book, 2 books specifically, because now that I'm kind of getting the sense this is like a bookstore, not a like magic bookstore, correct?
It's pretty magical. Like, it feels magical, and there are a couple people.
Do they have like spell books and stuff like that, or is it like books, novels?
There's a couple interesting people that may answer your questions, because it seems like there's a strange coding system, and you're finding studies of arcane, you're finding the occasional spell tome, you're finding some really neat stuff, and all the bookshelves, as you get closer to them, seem to like glow in response to your presence. And kind of as they glow a little bit, this young woman approaches you. Long flowing black hair, and she's got a very reserved kind of smocked dress on. She comes up and says to you, greetings, traveler. I am Aurelia.
Nice to meet you, Soren.
It appears you're sensitive. Magic inclined? You are capable of performing feats of magic.
Yes, I mean, to some extent, yes.
The books here react to people like you.
Oh. Well, that's fun. In what way?
This is quite a special place. Centuries ago, when our founders came here, ancestors of Eldrin Nightsong, the owner and proprietor of Enshrined in Spines, tapped into the magic that the bringers provided to us. And she brings you close to the bookshelves, and you can see that they have not only used that metal to make those fantastic necklaces, but they've inlaid it to the wood patterns and the scenes on the bookshelves here. We wanted a place that we could collect all knowledge.
I go a little wide-eyed, just,
There is a single copy here of every book ever written. This is an extensive collection. It's kind of hard to navigate. If we know more what you're looking for, we could assist you. We can search by author, by subject, by field of study if you're looking for a particular tome of information, if there's a specific thing you wish to know about, and judging by, and she like gives you the up and down look, judging by your dress and the fact that you are most definitely elven from Cyorion, we should tell you that there are books from all of this world. Those of us that serve in this order, that care for enshrined in spines. We are sworn to secrecy by the king to share knowledge with those who come here that need it, but not to spread fear about the other side of the world. Some of the folks here in the Turner are not ready for it.
Agree to disagree. I do have a question about one book, whether it might be in your library or not. I'm going to pull out the journal of, can't remember her name, the blade singer that, what's his name, gave me.
Oh, heavens.
Okay. Is that a
Just kind of like,
personal account, like a journal?
yes.
I understand. Unfortunately, personal journals are something that we kept outside of our purview. Simply too much to collect if everybody who wrote a journal wrote it here.
I would like you to have this one, at least for now. Make a copy of it as fast as you can.
Graciously accept your offer. Is there anything we can provide you in exchange? Any particular authors or information you seek to find?
I'll think about it. It's been a long day, but
And what is
just the promise that you'll get it back to me at least.
Yes, what is the subject of this book?
Blade singing.
A lost art. We have an entire shelf dedicated to it.
Do you?
There are texts referring to blade singing and the stances and the maneuvers. If it's something that you wish to see, we can provide it to you at no cost after your gracious donation.
Perhaps a trade then. I'll bring those back and come and collect this and say, I don't know, how long do you need? 2-3 days?
She flips through the tome. 2 to 3 days would be acceptable. Err on the side of caution, 3 days.
3 days. Wonderful. Well, lead the way.
She takes you deeper into the library, raises you up to a shelf that seems to be 3 stories in the air. Because again, 4 stories carved into the stone of bookshelves.
Mm-hmm.
Some 35 feet in the air, you are hovering on an invisible disc, floating next to her as she shows you a shelf containing 9 tomes of knowledge of first editions written by masters of blade singing.
Okay.
They're in their original handwritten dialects. Generally, we organize based on author or subject matter, and it seems that whatever blade singing is, I'm not an expert myself, was just not something that was passed down by the word, and it's contained here in these 9 simple tomes.
Less mouths to speak it on the other side, I'm afraid, so yes.
Oh,
Which would you recommend? Or should I
I mean,
simply take all of them?
So, certainly you could borrow all of them. We would require something of you. I mean, adding an addition to our library is a great benefit to us, but to part with 9 tomes as they've been written is something far greater. May I suggest 2, possibly the oldest and the most recent, to give you the most complete picture of where it began and where it is.
At the suggestion, I'll take those 2.
Okay. The older tome is more a pamphlet, maybe 90 to 120 pages. Briefly just flipping through, you can see the figures. It's outlining very basic stances and some of the original concepts of blade singing. And then the most recent tome is much thicker, clocking in somewhere around 260 to 300 pages. And I'll will provide you titles and everything later.
Cool. All right. I don't want to take up too much time, but I just wanted to just kind of say thank you and, excitedly run off with my 2 new books. And
Is there anything else I can provide for you? Works of fiction, maybe something entertaining for your friends? I'm sure you're not here alone. Rarely do travelers come from Cyorion on their own.
I will let them decide for themselves, I suppose. You don't sell books, do you?
We do. We sell copies of books that are not of historic importance.
It's the most popular, like, I don't know, suppose pulp, like, story over here.
Maximilian, I need you to make an emphasis check. I'm gonna.
Please, God.
I'm thinking book for the wife, book for the daughter.
14 and 16.
You succeed, and Maximilian's smutty blood and sand novella from when she was 13 is not the most popular.
Okay.
Oh, it's here, but it's not the most popular. If you had asked for things by the author, Maximilian Arsham would have found it. It would have been the single entry.
Individual journals wouldn't be here.
It's not a journal. That's a published. That's a book she wrote. That's a fanfic of herself and her girlfriend that she wrote. Journals are not here, but that little fanfic exists here. So just let that haunt the back of your memory for a while, Maximilian. However, we have an interesting tome on, lovers scorned from different parts of Udbrea and the rest of Eterna. A fisherman and then a religious devout who find love in a torrid affair. It's quite interesting and romantic, and we don't believe in banning books here, so it's quite a good read. And then we have one that's postulation of life as it exists outside of how we experience it and what it seems like to float among the stars. It's quite a beautiful book. Those 2 I'd recommend for fiction books that are popular here. They're quite beloved by many.
Writing these notes down because I'm basically planning on like picking them up when we come back, and I come back to pick up my journal and trade them back theirs.
Sure.
Oh, and then book on local plant life and things of that sort.
There's quite a few. There's the Wayfarer's Guide. There's a survivalist guide to roughing it in Eterna. There's quite a few entries, but all quite good. Good depictions of flora and fauna and things to stay away from. And those we copy frequently, so you may have copies of those for paltry to cover.
Oh, well then, I suppose I'll take those now then.
Yeah, there's plenty of those fiction books I described to you earlier. We keep copies of those on hand because they are popular. Things that are popular, we do copy multiple times and have paperback versions available for purchase. We have to stay afloat somehow, and the king doesn't just provide us all of our riches to keep this massive operation afloat.
It's odd. I would imagine if you're sworn to secrecy under his rule, then you would be at least funded somewhat. But
such is the price of that funding. Most of it does swear us to secrecy, but we would like to live lives of things besides squalor. Knowledge does not necessarily mean you live in squalor, so we will trade what we can do for enough to get by with a meager existence. And she says meager, and she kind of like gives you a wink, and she's like middle class, maybe upper middle class. She's doing pretty good. She's pretty good for herself.
all right.
So they're not being douchebags, but they're definitely working the system a bit to get some money for themselves.
Got it. All right. And I'll just it's been more than 10 minutes. I guess I'll cast fly again and zip on back.
All right. She thanks you for your patronage. She's super excited to hand you some information, and you head back. And what the rest of you don't see, Isadora. The floor is yours, Isadora.
Oh no.
Isadora is going to go up to the main room and just pick the first one that because there's the main area. She's just gonna pick the first room that is on the left, I guess. And she's gonna set him down on the bed. And she's like, I'll grab you some water real quick. And she goes to grab some water. very quickly brings it to him. Is there anything else that you need before I run down?
Takes the water and kind of sips it. And just, you have been so kind to me. And I just am so appreciative of you. You're a good person, Isadora.
I'm happy to hear that. It's getting late though, and you need to gather your rest. So I just wanted to tell you how much I appreciate you. Your presence feels like a warm blanket on a cold night. I really cherish these moments with you, and your friendship means so much to me. You have this way of making everyone in this party feel like it's gonna be okay, and like there's this light that will guide us when things get tough. Sometimes the world is just so heavy and overwhelming, but then there's you. You bring this quiet strength and this calm that makes everything seem more manageable. You know, it's in your laughter and your understanding and the way that you just get me. I'm really grateful for that. More than I can express. Thank you for being here, for being you, for the warmth between us. Sometimes, you know, it's really nice to have that, especially after everything. It's something I hold very dear, especially on nights like this. I hope you feel it too. Good night. She pats him on the
Doran's
shoulder.
Gonna sit up and take Isadora's hands in his and just say, I will always be there for you. No matter what.
She's gonna have tears that start coming down her face. Rest well. We have a lot happening tomorrow, and I look forward to what we discover.
As do I. And he's gonna take her hand and just...
Okay.
She's going to then very quietly shut the door and walk back down.
Well,
Ship is sailing.
happy Pride Month, everybody. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight, and we welcome all of our new friends from Solution Stream, and we hope you hang out for a minute. I always forget to raid, so I'm so happy Solution raided us. We will find a channel to go raid really quick. Yeah.
That's it. Eskimo. The guys who do the
the dude that does all like the
yeah,
foundry
they're streaming like right now.
Oh my
or something.
gosh. Thank you. We do love Eskimo. I'm sure it's
They use
Eskimo
the,
spelled.
Yeah, it's the same way. They do they use the Foundry VTT tag as well.
So Eskimo is a fantastic person who does a lot of the custom scripts and stuff that we use, and you know, I'm a programmer myself, and all the things that we've picked up to do cool custom stuff in Foundry has been through Eskimo and like learning the tagging for JavaScript in this platform. So I'm gonna kick it over to Eskimo. I hope you hang out with us. Thank you all for hanging out for the stream, and thanks and welcome to our new friends for joining us. And oh man, I can't wait to get back to next Sunday to see the Isadora ship sailing. Isadora's ship is on the horizon. So
On the horizon, motherfucker left port. It is sailing full mast.
that
It
is it's
going.
sailing to the horizon. We love it. Fantastic. Thank you all for joining us today. We're gonna switch over to our heading out message, and then we'll kick it over to Eskimo. So thank you all very much for being with us. Much love. And we'll see you next time. Have a good night, everybody.
Wait, let me smash.
Dang it, Josh. Yeah, man.
Needed a fucking soundbite.
Get the soundbite. I'm so glad you loaded it. I was gonna load it later. Good night, everybody.
Bitches love sticks.
Bitches love